Extra extravagant entertainment.
Expertly executed exclusives.
What the hell are you two talking about? Why all the... Oh, because it's E3. That's very good. There's much better stuff coming on Hack the Dino. Hello everyone, welcome once again to Hack the Dino, your most dinoist place to hack some dinos. Yeah, I'm Ben Rosenthal, one of your co-hosts, and I am joined here tonight by the Millennial Falcon, Mr. Braden Dixon.
Hello, I'm muting myself because I have a very annoying little cough that I swear to God it's not COVID. I got 2 different tests. It's not, I swear.
You should have seen the size of the anal probe you had to take.
I was about to make a rectal test joke.
Yeah, and then they went through the nose as well after.
Same Ooh.
Speaking of anal fissures, Floppy Stomach's here.
Hello. How are we this week?
Back.
Oh, we're great. How's you and your
You know
you
what?
good?
I heard that I had some pretty explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, we heard it too.
I heard that it was apparently being reported as horrific.
But if you didn't know, we're not here to talk about bodily functions. We're here to talk about video games. And if you like video games, you should head on over to hackthedino.com where you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Or just head over to youtube.com/hackthedino and do the thing there. Don't forget to like some videos and help us with the algorithm because we need to get more people's eyes on our work. You can head on over to twitch.tv/hackthedino where you may be right now at this very moment watching with your retinas. That's the one. Well,
Please
you
don't watch.
could be.
Don't watch with your rectum.
Maybe you want to.
If you do,
Maybe you want to cast
if you do,
that
it's
vote.
100% more potent.
Twitch.tv/hackthedino where you can watch us stream not only this show but video games as we deem worthy. And finally, if you don't like our faces, completely understand. If you just want to hear the sweet sensual tones of our voices, head on over to any podcast app such as Spotify and subscribe and leave a review there to hear every single podcast that you could ever hope for that we do.
Including iTunes, maybe Stitcher.
Yeah, them too. All the podcast apps, wherever you pod. If you're podding around, where you buy those pods, you get them there with us.
Cast out and get yourself a pod.
Hey, Floppy,
Yes, mate.
you've been on vacation.
Yeah, some would say.
Yeah, that explains the shirt. What have you been playing recently?
Amongst a couple of other little things, the things I've been playing most of all, Resident Evil Village, which is awesome.
Yeah.
This is where yes. So I've been knee deep in this. I have had my kids around though, so I have to be very selective as to when I play this because in case you've never
Right
played,
before bedtime?
yeah, right before bedtime.
Yeah,
in case you've never played a Resident Evil game in your entire life, they're quite scary and a little gruesome. This one, did you play number 7?
No, I'm not all the way through.
Okay.
I dabbled. I didn't do VR either.
I tried. I think we've talked about that though.
Yeah.
So this one follows the same character, Ethan Winters, and I think it was 6 months later, something like that. And it is very cool. They have actually dialed down the scariest a little bit.
That was one of the, we spoke about that on a previous show. The game director themselves said that they heard reports about how scary
And how people weren't
and
finishing it.
obviously will they get all the feedback from because devs are collecting data when
Yeah.
you play because that's what the PlayStation does while it's online all the time. So a lot of people didn't finish it because they were just too scary.
Yeah, so I think what they've done is they've still got the level of scary in there, but they've got more bits in between that allow you to catch your breath.
Right.
And calm down. And there are some areas, once you've cleared those areas, you actually travel back through areas like a few times. And it's not just respawn full of disgusting face gnawing werewolves and things.
No, there's tall vampire ladies.
There is tall vampire. Oh, I have defeated the tall vampire lady.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you
weird.
wish for her to step on you as well? Because that's the thing.
What?
Thanks the internet.
Oh, I don't pay that much attention to the internet, to be honest.
The internet is horny for the big lady.
Yes, I've heard. I saw some things. I believe they're called memes. There were some things, but yeah, like
I'm learning about the internet this week.
I'm learning lots. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. This is good. I cannot wait to get back into it and keep playing. There's 4 main bad guys that I'm going to have to be taken out, I think, before the...
Where are you going to take them?
Just
Just a nice little diner?
dinner and a show.
Yeah.
dinner and show. Take them out with
Finger guns.
finger guns. Shoot, 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 bullet, bullet gun. No, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It looks beautiful. The detail in every little nook and cranny of this game is phenomenal. I love it. The lighting is awesome. I get real funny over lighting. Like, I really dig
That's
it.
your thing?
Yeah, I really dig light. Remember how Dan was always like little things, like he loved the little things that moved. Everything that moved, he was always into that. Ghost of Tsushima, all the leaves. Mine's lighting.
Right.
Lighting and atmospheric lighting, and this thing's full of it.
Right.
I love it.
Cool.
I've also been playing Biomutant.
Oh, now this came out just this week.
No, a week and a half ago.
Week and a half ago?
Well, a week ago.
And
Today.
It's got some pretty harsh reviews.
Yeah, now, like,
Well,
full
explain what
disclosure,
Biomutant-
full disclosure, I'm like an hour and a half in.
Okay, cool.
So I've literally just started. So it's an open world RPG, customizable character, upgradable weapons, upgradable abilities. You've got side quests, you got all that sort of jazz.
What's the main goal?
At the moment, I believe it's to save the Tree of Life.
Okay.
From what I've gathered. The one thing I will say is it has thrown quite a lot of info at me quite quickly.
Right.
And I didn't feel like I was swimming in it and like drowning, but it was very little time to get used to, say, a new ability before you learnt something else.
Oh, so they sort of bombard you with all these upgrades.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, not so much upgrades. Just the tutorial, when it teaches you how to do all the moves and everything, it was quite quick to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, I managed it, and I'm pretty old, so I figure most people are pretty good at it. But yeah, look, it's a really good thing to play while playing Resident Evil as well, because the contrast in the gameplay and the color palette and everything is actually really awesome. So Resident Evil being really dark and really scary and everything, and this thing being really bright and vibrant. I'm actually really enjoying it. I love the little Rocket Raccoon character type thing, who is super different to what mine looks like, because you can adjust so many different things when it comes to your class, your strengths and weaknesses.
The class affects your visible look as well.
Yeah, it does. So whether you go for like a Deadeye, which I went for, or there was, like a commando style character or a stealth style character, and they all look vastly different. Which I thought was really cool, because you're going to be hard pressed to find two characters that look the same.
Okay, two questions
Sure.
just from the reviews I've read, because I've not played this game.
Mm-hmm.
The first one being, how did you find the narrator?
How did I find, as in the voice itself, or,
Like
or the
apparently
amount?
The amount of which the narrator talks. A lot of people have just had to turn it off because it's just too much.
No, look, I didn't turn it off, because you also have the ability to skip it if you read quicker than the narrator talks.
Right. But
So
is that sort of take you out of it?
No, at the moment it's giving me the story, so I don't mind. If it keeps going on that amount, I'm sure it'll wear on me pretty soon. But only being an hour and a half in, it hasn't yet, because it's, instead of me reading heaps, it's just telling me the story as I'm doing stuff.
Okay. And the second question, I read in Imran Khan's review, who I think is a fantastic game journalist.
Yeah, I like
everyone
Imran.
should follow him because he's a very well-informed and smart individual. Also a fan of the show. I don't know if he is. But
I'm sure he would be.
Yeah, he'd love us.
Basically guaranteed, if he watches it, he's going to be a fan.
Absolutely. He said that, he sent out a tweet just saying, my thoughts on Biomutant. I've played for 6 hours and fallen through the floor 4 times. So, like, very buggy, not very stable.
I'll give him the narrator thing. Like, the narrator, so far, if the narrator carries on with the amount that I've heard the narrator, that's going to get annoying. I haven't had a single bug.
No? It's all been pretty flowy?
Yeah, I haven't had a single glitch, nothing.
And you're playing this on PS5?
I am.
So is it up
So it's a PS4 copy on a PS5.
Okay, so it's just running a lot smoother.
I assume so. I haven't played it on a PS4 to test, but
Well, you're not taking your job very seriously, are you?
well, I also have I don't have a PS4 anymore.
Well, I've been playing something on the most cutting technology you could possibly get. For whatever reason, the other night, I just felt like, I'm going to play Pokemon Gold. Not Heart Gold, just Pokemon Gold.
Like Gold.
Like Gold on the old Game Boy.
Game Boy Color?
Nope, I was on the Color, but I got out my old... No, I'm playing on my purple Game Boy Color.
No, was it a Game Boy Color game?
Yes, it was. It was one of the first ones. Yeah, so I chose my little Totodile, and that's cynical, I didn't choose him. And then went on my merry way, catching little animals and throwing my balls at their face. Fun game. And as a massive Kanto nerd, so Gen 1, the second game is better. Like, sorry. The second game is
So
easily
which
the
region
better
is
of the
this?
two. This is Johto. Johto.
Pokemon Johto.
You got to go around and... you've played this on Soul Silver. It's the same game.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have. Because, I did Soul Silver. Yeah, with, what was the bloody...
Lugia.
Yep, thank you.
Whereas I'm playing
Hawker
Gold,
Lugia.
so that is Oho. Anyway, these games you can still buy on your 3DS if you still have your 3DS. They're about $16 in the eShop, and well worth your time because they're really good renditions, and you can trade up your Pokemon to the Pokemon Bank system. That
$16, you say?
Yeah.
You could go to a local retailer and get gold or silver or crystal for $13 each.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Maybe I got the price wrong. Maybe. But yeah, you can get download codes or whatever and get it. And it's a really good, faithful rendition.
They look good.
They're fun games. They're fun to play on there.
I'm never going to buy the physical copies because they're going to be ridiculously expensive. $13 is not... That's nothing. I'd spend $13 on a coffee and a croissant.
I'm very, very tempted when I've got a little bit more money because they've got a whole heap of the old Game Boy games on the DS store.
Yeah.
And I really just want to go and just buy them all.
Yeah, right.
Just to have them all there. And
Are they all
there's
cheap?
some ridiculous games. Like $5-10 each.
That's cheap.
They got a lot of Super Nintendo games on there as well. So, why the Switch isn't being the best. Like, if I was traveling now, like if I was off to Japan again, honestly, I reckon I might take my DS rather than take my Switch.
Really? With all the SNES and NES games that are on your Switch?
Yeah. The DS has actual SNES and NES games I really actually want to play. Like, it has Street Fighter 2010 on it. That's a game that is actually part of the Street Fighter series.
Oh.
You ever heard of that?
No.
Street Fighter 2010.
When did it get released?
It's a platformer. Back in early 90s. It came out after Street Fighter 2. Or
Never
Street
heard
Fighter
of it.
1. One of the two. Anyway, you play as Ken, who's a cyborg now.
Cool.
It's a side-scrolling platformer, and you have to defeat robots.
You know what I found there was a side-scrolling platformer of yesterday and I didn't realise?
What's that?
Mirror's Edge. Has nothing to do with Game Boys, but it was a tidbit of information that I found yesterday.
Well,
Sorry.
We do love tidbits. Brayden,
Hello.
what have you been playing?
So I just picked up Pokemon Snap, and we've all heard about Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap's great. We love Pokemon Snap. I want to bring to your attention a game that has popped up on my radar recently, and it is satisfying as hell. It's the most chill game ever, and I wanted to introduce everyone to Power Wash Simulator.
What?
So you legitimately have a high-pressure hose?
You have a high-pressure hose with different functions and different settings, and you get jobs where you go to clean a car, a house, a backyard, a playground, all this stuff, and it's just the most satisfying game ever.
Brayden, I've got a car out there that could really use a power wash if you want some real life VR
I haven't used a pressure
experience.
washer since I was maybe 15, and they're fun to use.
So like 3 years ago.
A little, more or less. But yeah, I've been absolutely all over this game. It's great fun.
Why does it look like it's getting dirtier?
Because it's wet and then it dries.
This is amazing.
Huh? Technology, am I right?
What a twist.
We've come so far.
Is that DLC?
So, well, I was gonna say, someone else who my girlfriend was watching play it, they said, it's not real enough. It doesn't have runoff. It doesn't have water runoff. So it's not like you start from the top and then the water runs down.
Lame.
So not realistic enough. But
They could get DLC and it could be downloadable cleaning.
True. Legitimately, my girlfriend and I are like, yep, we're just gonna get this because it's great for anxiety. It's so calm. It's great.
What else can you clean other than the doghouse?
So I was gonna say this is one section of the backyard. The backyard actually becomes this whole space. You see how filthy this house is. They're unwarrantedly filthy. I'm not going to talk about this game for much
What have
longer,
they done to make that house that filthy, but the grass is still very well kept?
I know, right? It also walks this line of being hyper realistic while also being really cartoony. I don't know. It's weird, but it's satisfying.
Look at the tread pattern on that step. That was unreal.
Great. I love it. It's just so calming. I love it. I highly recommend everyone go check it out. I'm not going to talk about this game for anymore.
I'm not going to check it out. I refuse to wash my car. Why would I waste my time in virtual reality?
I'm somewhat intrigued.
That
Maybe
game
you
makes
should
me
wash
angry.
Your car.
Anyway, a game that doesn't make me angry is a little game that we and the rest of the world like to call Horizon Forbidden West.
Yes.
I almost said Zero West. Then I thought, no,
do
that's
it all
not
the
wrong.
time, nearly every day.
We had a state of play. We actually haven't had been able to talk about it because it came out during our off season.
Off season.
Yeah, last week.
Off week and a half.
Yeah. But yeah, Floppy, did you watch the state of play? What did you think?
I watched it afterwards. I didn't get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and watch it. I thought this looked great, and I cannot wait. It is exactly what I want my sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn to look like.
Yeah.
And they appear to have added to it in ways that I think is going to be really, really cool. Like the whole underwater stuff looks amazing.
Yep.
The
The robot dinosaurs look awesome.
the robot dinosaurs always look awesome. But
Like,
yeah,
I got a
like
really good, during this state of play, a really good look at, what are the Deinonychus that were in the first one that are also in this one?
the ones.
The raptors, actually.
Oh, the Striders?
Yes,
Stalkers?
yes, Stalkers.
Stalkers?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. In this one, like, I don't know, because I watched the 4K replay that IGN put up, and I've got a 4K TV. And yeah, it's this part here where you actually see a really close-up view of the chainsaws in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Underneath is so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is amazing, isn't it?
Look, this bit here, it looks at it.
So cool. So cool. They are actually they're a different
Look
from
how
the
it's-
first one. First one just had the eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It just had
They
an
just
eye
had
socket.
One eye, whereas these ones are actually more like raptors. So
Yeah, it just had like one single eye socket thing in the front.
yeah,
Just
with
the
feathers
designs
and
look
stuff.
fantastic.
It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
I heard some rubbish about people going on about a design. I don't
Yeah.
actually look into. I didn't read it.
Don't.
Good. Is it
No.
just the internet being dicks?
It's misogynistic dickheads thinking they know better.
I think it looks unreal. I think Aloy looks fantastic.
Yep.
I love the look at her hair.
Yep.
I like the slight color change in the palette. Like,
I love how lush everything looks.
Yeah.
Like you're in a tropical environment. And like, spoiler alert for the first game, we all know that this is 1,000 years of our Earth after an apocalypse.
Yeah, and this is 6 months later in the game.
Yeah.
isn't
So
it?
she's in a different area. You see the San Francisco Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge in here, like just in tattered and overgrown with plants. I really just personally love seeing nature taking back industrialized zones or zones. So this aesthetic is really, really appealing to me.
This is one of my favorite sort of game settings that I've had in probably the last 10 years. It's also what I really liked about Last of Us is the whole world coming back and seeing our world that's like decrepit and
Now we saw just before
crumbling.
there Aloy scanning and then little things coming up showing where you can climb, and this is how they out Breath of the Wild it. So instead of the Breath of the Wild where you can just climb everything, which was one of the big things that the two games, Breath of the Wild and the first Horizon Zero Dawn, were compared against, was that in Breath of the Wild you just climb everywhere. This one they've seemed to have taken their idea of that, but then change it to that's a giant alligator.
that's
cool.
great.
Yeah, you can climb in certain areas, which is not climb everywhere. It's still sort of like leading you on a path, but the option's there as well.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think like I said, it's one of those things that they've improved on. I think it's just worked really, really well.
What did you think of the glider?
Oh, yeah, speaking of Breath of the Wild.
The Fortnite collaboration.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking an idea from something and utilizing it because it's a good idea. I think it's great.
Well, they called it the shield. So is it a energy shield as well as a glider?
It looks like it. I couldn't quite tell. I don't think we saw her use it as a shield, but it looks like it would be that kind of a thing. Like if she held it out in front of her.
She didn't use it as a shield, but I assume that's something that you will be able to do.
Well, I mean, that's what I picked up from it.
Yeah.
And that'd be really cool. I'd really, really like that. What did we think of the stealth tactics? Like, it looked very much Last of Us 2 when she went up in that encampment and had those 3 enemies and she sort of stealthed up to them and took them each out. Like,
I mean, I did that kind of stuff in the first game.
Yeah, I think that was very, that comes across from what the gameplay of the first game was like. It was very much, like, you could go in and just, like, beat the crap out of a bunch of these robo-dinos, but you could also, like, you were encouraged to sneak around in the tall grass, lay traps, and do all this different stuff tactically to take on these big dudes, and then, like, set everything off all at once.
So I did it more like that when I was coming up against the encampments in the first game. I would lure people out and take them out one by one.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I saw them showing sort of there, but using it in a different way, I think. So, yeah, I think it's just more of the same sort of thing. It was just...
Oh, see her hair come through her shoulder then? We'll just ignore that. The hair's tricky. It's still tricky. Leave them alone. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. There was a point I wanted to bring up that I can't remember now. But sorry, I'll remember it eventually.
I am actually determined to buy a new TV before this comes out so that I can fully appreciate this game in all of its wonder.
Yeah.
Because I currently am still running a 1080p TV. I don't have a 4K TV, but now I have a PS5 and a Series X, and it's kind of ridiculous that I don't.
Yeah, I really like, we can see here Aloy sneaking around in the red grass, which is her stealth cover. I like the way that you can understand why they wouldn't see her there, but you can also clearly see her there.
Yeah.
It has that little bit of realism to it that I really think is quite good as well. That's what I was going to say. This is coming out on the PS4 as well.
Yeah, cool.
It's just going to have a lower frame rate and not look as graphically impressive. But that blows me away and also makes me chuckle because Sony went on about, we believe in generations. And it's just releasing everything on their player base that has 20 million consoles.
That's just good business, isn't it?
It is.
It'd be silly not to. They'd be really shooting themselves in their foot if they did not release it on the PS4.
Now, what did we think of no release date being announced?
I'm not surprised. I think they're going to do the release date for E3. I think they wanted to get this out to get people hyped, and then no release date means people are going to watch their presentation around E3 to get one.
Right. Funny you should say that because we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on in our E3.
Are
picks. We are. But what about the release, the press release from Herman Holtz during the week stating that there is no guarantee that this will be released in 2021? I've actually got the quote here.
Yep.
So basically, the article goes on about how the pandemic has limited mocap actors and studios and their access to them. And Herman Holtz says, for Horizon, we think we are on track to release this holiday season, but that isn't quite certain yet, and we're working as hard as we can to confirm to you that as soon as possible.
I think we'll definitely see it.
Definitely.
I might be wrong. It's okay. I don't work for them. I don't know. But I definitely think we'll see it. I think they can't really afford not to. But I think we're going to see a lot more statements like this ever since Cyberpunk. Just people covering their butts.
Yeah, good. We don't want another Cyberpunk.
As they should. No one should feel obligated to release something or be forced to release something that's not done. So I think we'll see more and more people making statements like this just in case. And cool. So they should, because if they can't release it, I love this thing, by the way. If they can't release it, don't. And don't feel obligated because you told someone a date that you have to.
Braden,
Yo.
what were your overall thoughts?
I was going to say, I'm very impressed by everything going on here. It's more Horizon, and I'm very excited about that. On the contention of, like, it not having a release date at the end of it, I'm perfectly fine with that. Honestly, I want us to move towards actually, we don't need release dates super far out. We can have windows, and that's fine. And it gives creative teams that ability to work around what they need to do. They can delay it, they can push it back, they can do whatever the hell they want. When it comes down to it, that's what they do, and they're allowed to do that. And people getting angry about that is ridiculous. Yeah. And I'm all for, like, I liked when they, like, announced Fallout 4 and then it was coming out in, like, 3 months. And I'm surprised that the industry didn't turn to do more of that. But we could start to see more of that coming up with people actually, not being as locked into a release date down the line. It'd be interesting to see. Something
Nintendo does, I think, really, really well.
Shadow drop.
Like, not even shadow drop. Yeah. They just come out and say, yeah, and this will be out in 2 months' time.
Like Super Mario Golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just make sure they have it ready to go and then announce it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit harder for, obviously, PlayStation and Xbox because I feel there are a lot more expectations on them because they're the serious game companies.
I can't imagine what their board of directors is like.
Yeah, exactly. Nintendo being a privately owned company obviously has a little bit of leeway. Yeah. Obviously, they got shareholders. They need, like, Sony and Xbox.
It's the goo.
Yeah. Have obvious expectations to meet, so they do need to release these projections and whatnot. But yeah, I agree with Braden. Maybe we can just all relax a little bit. I think Kari Barlog's got the right attitude. Whenever someone complains about God of War 2 release date, he just tweets, "Oh, when it's ready."
Yeah.
When it's ready.
Correct.
No, shut up. Something that's going to be ready rather soon as well is all the Sonic games that have come out. We also had a stream about that little blue hedgehog who likes to run fast and play with Tails. And Knuckles. That's right. Sonic Colors
And
is...
Misty,
Who?
the pink-haired girl.
Oh, okay. Sonic Colors is
Amy.
getting a remastered. And that'll
It's
be...
Amy, not Misty.
You're thinking Pokemon.
That's Pokemon.
Sonic Colors is getting a remaster for all systems. We're also getting a game called Sonic Origins. We can see on the screen now.
Announcement.
Yes, Braden, go for it.
This is my favorite announcement. It's Tokyo 2020, like their Olympics game, but you could just wear a Sonic costume.
Yep.
And it's my favorite thing in the world because it looks so stupid because it's clearly a costume. It's great. I highly recommend.
You can also be a spaceman.
Yeah. I think Sonic looks better.
Look at him run. So good.
I like that it's just sped up human movement, not
so
Sonic
good.
movement.
And at the end of that stream, we also had an announcement of a new Sonic game that's currently in development, which is rumored to be coming out in 2022. Heavily rumored to be, and again, these are rumors, heavily rumored to be an open world adventure called Sonic Rangers.
Ooh, how do you feel about that, Ben? Being
Sonic
open
Rangers?
world, going for like such a big change in Sonic game.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they worked... When Metroid Prime went first person, I remember people were not confident that it would be a good game. And they were proven very, very wrong.
I'm not particularly worried too much about other people. I'm just curious about your personal opinion. Would you play an open world Sonic game?
I would never play a Sonic game.
I was wondering if it was the
He's
one
got
that
you
would
there.
tip you over to playing a Sonic game.
No, Sonic games do not appeal to me in any way.
Let me
shape, or
rephrase
form.
the question. Braden,
Yo.
how do you feel about an open world Sonic game? Will you play that?
It's interesting. It would get me closer to it. The Sonic games don't really call out to me that much. I had Sonic Heroes on the PS2 and Sonic Unleashed with the werewolf Sonic, which was weird as hell. Yeah, that's really my only association with Sonic. Hey, if it looks good, might get me into it. Never know. I like the movie.
I'm keen to play the Colors remastered.
That looks bonkers. That
It
looks
does look
absolutely
bonkers.
insane. I mean, these Sonic games all look absolutely insane, but I don't know how to keep track of what's going on the screen.
Yeah, too fast.
Yeah, I have trouble with Smash Brothers.
Talking of Smash Brothers who also like to smash,
That is the worst
Wow,
segue.
you could have said
stop.
Smash Brothers is on this console.
Oof. Super Nintendo Switch Pro is heavily rumored to be announced before E3. Personally, I don't think it's going to happen. But, there was a listing on Mexican Amazon site before it was taken down very, very quickly. There was also a listing on a French game site, which has a Nintendo Switch Pro listed at €399.
That has got to be wrong.
Which is around 620 Australian dollars. To put that in some kind of perspective, a PS5 digital is $599 over here. So it's more than a PS5 digital version, if you can find one.
They're not too hard.
All right, so Floppy, you mentioned that that's insane. What makes you think that price is way too out there?
For me personally, or just why I think it's actually not a thing?
Oh, both. Go for it.
Okay, so normal Switch, $469, right?
Sure.
So this was, from what we assume, this is going to be just an upgraded screen, and the dock is going to do 4K, but everything else is going to be the same.
No, they're changing around some of the internals to get
we know
past
that?
that chip issue as well. Yeah, they're getting the NVIDIA is getting an upgrade as well.
Do we think it's going to be $200 extra worth?
Well, you're forgetting the well-known economic...
Because Nintendo?
Because Nintendo, yes, that's right.
I don't think it's real. The other thing that gets me is the name.
Yeah? Well, we don't know what it's called yet.
That's right. So the name that's on there sounds like a made-up name that a company may have put in there. as a placeholder thing for something they think they might get.
Well, see, this is the other thing. Braden, can you go to the other image that's there in the run sheet that has the SKU that someone's made? Now, how hard are these SKUs to make?
It's a number. It's just a made-up number.
It's just like you can just make up a number and put it in the system.
What is it, a six-digit number?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's just a number.
So you don't think this is legit? This could be pretty easily faked.
Yeah, I'm not even suggesting it's a fake. I think what the things might be is companies getting ready in anticipation for an announcement and putting stuff into their systems so that when they actually get information, they can just plug it in.
Okay.
That's what I think it is.
Right.
I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I see stuff like that and I see that name that come up, like the Super Switch Pro Machine Doodah. I'm like, it doesn't sound like something that Nintendo would call it.
Are you kidding me? This is the company that came up with the new Nintendo 3DS.
New
Nintendo 3DS Plus.
Let me rephrase it. It doesn't sound like something they do again.
New Super Switch Plus Pro.
So
Floppy, you had the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yep.
Then you had the
Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Yeah, Super Switch Pro. I'm hoping that's not what Nintendo would call it. And I think it's just companies getting their systems ready for a possible announcement and then staff taking photos and putting it out there as a joke.
Well, on the announcement side of things, what would be the advantage, do you think, of announcing a Nintendo Switch Pro before E3?
Before E3? I mean, apart from the fact that you're going to... Well, I don't think there is an advantage to announcing it before.
Oh, there is. Oh, baby, is there.
I mean, everyone's going to watch anyway.
No, so, all right.
All right, hit me with some knowledge.
Not knowledge.
Hit me
Far
with
from
some
knowledge.
Hit me with some.
No
hit me with
knowledge
some well thought out discussion.
In
points.
my opinion, you announce it before E3 because you want to own the conversation. If you announce something during E3,
True. Okay, yeah. Fair call.
you get lost in like, even if it is a big, huge thing like a new Nintendo console, there's other things going on. There's other companies bringing out their A-game type things, and you don't have the impact that you wanted. You know, mum and dad don't know that a new Switch Pro's come out because it got buried under all these other headlines.
Fair call. That makes sense.
It also gives an advantage to third-party games to push their games that have been developed for this new Switch Pro.
Which they can't do until it's announced.
Correct. So it gives them an opportunity to have something in E3 and be a part of that conversation, whereas they may not have usually. So for the third-party games, it actually gives them an opportunity to have more eyes on their game as opposed to...
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, you hear first, folks. Ben confirming the Super Switch Pro
That's
Mega,
right.
Mega
Lock it in.
Deluxe.
Braden, what do you think?
I am interested to see what comes of the next couple days. I doubt that would be the case.
Well, the rumours had it being announced about 12 hours ago.
Okay.
And it wasn't.
Well, time zones, Ben. Time zones.
No, that was taking the time zones
You
into
got to learn
account.
about time zones. Time is different in different places. You learn that in school.
It takes the same amount of time in every place, don't worry.
Oh, okay. Well, that's my theory busted.
I got a question for you.
Yo.
If they're updating the Switch, do you think they'll do anything with the Switch Lite?
Continue to sell it?
New Super Switch Lite Pro.
Or just try and sell it?
It's not been selling too well, has it?
The Switch Lite becomes just the old Switch.
Yeah,
Because
so
that's
look, I
then
mean, the
the
Switch
Lite
Lite
version.
is cool. I understand why they did it. I personally think, why would you go there for an extra $100? You get one that does both of the things.
Yep.
As opposed, like, if the Switch was just on the TV and then you got a Switch Lite for portable, like, sure, it makes sense. But the whole point of the Switch is you can do both anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems weird.
Well, that
I
was
don't
the
know.
whole idea of it being called Switch, because you switch between them.
Exactly.
Speaking of switching between things, Dialga and Palkia.
Jesus, Ben.
Pokemon release.
Pokemon! So yeah, the Pokemon the remakes, have been announced for Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Pearl.
Yeah.
Those games are coming out November 19. Who called that? It was me.
This guy. Who called it as not coming out this year?
That guy right there, sitting next to me.
Who picked it as a counter-picking fantasy critic? Oh, this guy!
And Legend of Arceus, or whatever it's called, is
Arceus
out.
or Arceus?
Arceus is out on January 22nd, which is really cool and leads into a theory that I have.
That's really soon. Like, I was not expecting that. I was expecting maybe April.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think it was January. It's like the first month of the year.
Yeah, well, I mean, they said early, but for me, early is, March.
It's like March. March is early. Because who releases in April and February?
Exactly. So my
Not
theory
Nintendo.
is because Arceus is the sort of the third type Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl. He's the god of all Pokemon. Pokemon don't have genders, the legendary Pokemon, as my daughter tells me. So my theory is they're going to, like they did with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they'll tack something on to the end of the remakes of Diamond and Pearl, which will lead you into a quest with Arceus, who will take you back in time to the Legend of Arceus open world RPG, where you have to complete some tasks there. So the games will actually tie in together and talk to each other.
What, Diamond and Pearl?
No, Diamond and Pearl.
They're essentially the same
Arceus.
game. Okay. So is this like when they did Platinum?
No.
Okay, I'm lost.
No, Arceus is an open world RPG.
Yep, I know that much.
Yep. So you're not following a path.
Yep. But what I'm saying is this story-wise, because like,
Sorry.
like how is it connecting to Diamond and Pearl story-wise?
They haven't revealed. This is my theory that
I
there is a
can see
connection.
your theory though, because the
okay.
character designs are very similar to the designs of the characters in Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, but I mean that's the same as every single.
Generation.
No, but like specifically, they look like the ones from Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I just think that there is definitely going to be a crossover there, and you saw at the end of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Oh Jesus, I can't talk more than usual. They had that the Delta episode, which is where there was an asteroid coming down to the planet, and you had to fight. You're pointing. Why are you
Did
pointing?
she just stealth attack a Pokemon?
Yeah, that's what you have to do in Arceus. You fought Rayquaza, and then the asteroid blew up, and then you flew Rayquaza up there, and it was not Detox, whatever his name is, one of the legendary Pokemon, Deoxys. That's
Juice
him.
Detox. Juice Detox.
Yes, Detox.
Isn't that a cleaning fluid?
I'm going to call him Detox. There's also been rumors that when we see the Pokemon stuff, probably during E3 week, which will be next week, that there has been a big graphical update to both games. Which, of course it was. Like, people were complaining about Arceus looking barren and whatnot. They were always going to improve it more. They had more than enough time.
Oh, heaps.
We probably will saw a very early build there. It'll be a lot better, I firmly believe. And plus, I really like the design of like the chibi Diamond and Pearl game, because it was very reminiscent of what the cartoony games looked like back on my old DS. Brendan, what do you think about Pokemon?
I like Pokemon. I like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I'm
Good.
very, very keen for more.
Good. That's good. E3!
Where?
It's time for E3. That's right. It's that time for E3 time.
We love E3.
We love E3. E3 is a great...
excite-
Yeah, we missed out on it last year because of the ongoing glowing bastard.
You are fucked up
It'd
tonight.
be a lot better if it was glowing, but going. So we have here the 3 picks each for each of the main companies who are showcasing at E3. Well, I say show. Sony's doing something.
During that time period.
So we got 3 for Nintendo, 3 for Microsoft / Bethesda, 3 for Sony because they're going to come something, and then 3 for others who aren't within that group. So we're talking about Ubisoft.
Did we?
Yeah. We should have.
Shit.
And as we do every year, this will be for points. We have 3 guesses, and you get 1 point for every one that you get right, half a point for one that you get half right, and then 0 points if you get it completely wrong. Now, I've wanted to add a little bit more spice to this year. Now, Hack the Dino listeners and viewers may be aware that we've got a little thing called the Fantasy Critic. Now, we have a Fantasy Critic with some of our Patreons over at our Patreon Discord, but we also have one just between the 3 hosts, Floppy Braden and I. And what I'm suggesting to you is that whoever wins E3 gets to steal one of the titles from another host's Fantasy Critic.
One other or both other?
One. Just one.
Pick one title.
So, for
in total.
example, if Floppy wins the E3 competition by guessing more things correctly,
Prob's not going to happen.
he can then look at my Fantasy Critic and go, hey, Breath of the Wild 2 got announced at E3 and it's coming out this year. Ben's got Breath of the Wild 2. Hey, Ben, I'm taking Breath of the Wild 2. And then that adds on to your Fantasy Critic score for the end of the year.
I'd like to point out that I picked that as a counter pick as not coming out this year.
Okay, well, we're not
So
there yet. All right,
it
just
might be
calm
one.
down.
No, I'm saying.
Calm down, Negative Nancy.
Whoa, I'm saying it might be a very good idea.
Okay. All right, don't. Hey, Braden.
Yes.
Oh, good. Here it is.
Sorry, I'm setting stuff up, and then I also have to actively unmute myself.
And not die as well.
Hi, what's up, Ben?
You down for that?
Yeah, sounds good.
He has no idea. Sweet.
Cool.
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
set
the
it.
whole-
You've just agreed to buy coffees and pizza for us every week.
The whole stealing a fantasy critic thing.
Okay, sweet. We're gonna do it. All right, let's kick it off with Nintendo. All right, so my first pick for Nintendo is that Nintendo 64 for Nintendo Online will be released with Banjo-Kazooie, and one of the first... what have I written here? Will be one of the first games released in a deal with Microsoft. This game's already been upgraded. That's not Banjo-Kazooie, but oh well.
I give you the hot tip, none of it's been Banjo-Kazooie.
I was reading. Banjo-Kazooie's already been upraised for Rare Replay. And I think with the lovey-dovey relationship that Microsoft's got with Nintendo, I'm pretty certain if they can clear some licenses, we might see Nintendo 64 games announced at E3.
I think it's a fair bet.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think you'll get GoldenEye.
Well,
I think the licensing is too far up the wazoo there, but things like this that Microsoft's already got.
Plus, I played GoldenEye the other week with some friends. Oh boy, that is not a good game.
It is hard to play, isn't it?
It's like... Yeah, you don't have... you strafe with the four yellow controllers.
We have progressed in controllers.
Very much so. Great for the time, but it's better off left in the past.
All right, so my first Nintendo pick is a little bit of an obvious one. It's that we're going to get a Switch Pro date announced.
At E3?
At E3.
Okay, so that's...
I'm calling it at E3.
At E3,
yes,
okay.
I'll take that because I hadn't written that, but I will. I said at E3. But I'm going to say it's not going to be released until 2022.
Right, so in order to get your full point, you have to get those two things right.
Correct. I may have shot myself in the foot.
Correct.
Yes, but I'm okay. I'm in it for the fun, not for winning.
We know. Otherwise, you would have maybe won something in your life.
In the last 2 years.
Yep. Okay, so mine's Nintendo 64 games for Nintendo Online, with Banjo-Kazooie being one of the first games. See, I was detailed there. This is why I never won against Dan, because I always went detailed.
Dan would go, a game's going to come out and I'm going to like it.
Or he'll use insider information, which you're not supposed to do. Brayden, what's your first Nintendo pick?
So, my first pick, I know it's a big controversial one. They're gonna reveal more colors for the Joy-Cons / designs for the Joy-Cons / the Switch Lite.
You can really tell you work for Dan, can't you?
I know what's
up.
up.
You get half a point if that comes along.
No.
If there is a new color or new design on any of the Switch stuff, that's me.
I'm kind of hoping there's not, because they've already announced the Skyward Sword ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like that'll be
the
it for
Fortnite ones that are coming out.
Is that
now?
Did that go with the Fortnite console?
No, there's Fortnite ones coming out, I believe, this week or next week.
Okay. All right, second round. I'm going to keep track of all these as well. Okay, my second pick is the next Smash character will be revealed, and that character will be everyone's favorite purple dragon, not Palkia,
Puff.
but Spyro.
Oh.
That's right, the little purple man dragon thing with the horns is going to be flying into our hearts like cholesterol.
Oh. Jesus, someone's been eating too many hot chips.
Yep. So that's my pick. Floppy, what's your second pick?
My second pick. Can I amend it to be not so specific?
No, it has to be specific.
Damn it. All right. Fuck it. I'm going specific. I pick for an announcement of Detective Pikachu number 2.
Game or movie?
Game.
Okay.
First one being out in the 3DS.
See, I gave you an out there. You could have said, both.
No, I know, but I'm not that kind of guy. I'm going to stick to my what I've said.
All right.
But not just the game. It's also going to come with another $30 or plus amiibo.
Right, they're going to hide something behind a paywall with that.
I believe so.
Like, you get a special Pokemon. I've got the Detective Pikachu amiibo. It's huge.
Yeah, it is cool, and I think they're going to do it again. They've done it with Skyward Sword, and it worked well.
That remains to be seen.
Well, the thing's sold.
Like the Joy-Con? No, not the Joy-Con. The amiibo, the Loftwing amiibo.
Ryan Reynolds looks
People
really
want it.
young in this game.
Sorry, Braden?
Ryan Reynolds looks really young in this game.
Well, that was
I
worth
just
it.
got that.
Braden, what's your third pick? Second pick.
My second pick is now we saw a logo years ago, and I think Nintendo are going to go, hey, we want to let you all know that this logo, there's a game behind it.
Bayonetta 3.
I think we're finally gonna get a look at Metroid. Finally.
Do you mean a new logo?
Anything. It could be a new logo.
So you think a new Metroid game?
I think they're gonna actually show some of Metroid Prime 4.
No, you said Metroid, no Prime. Technicality, I'm holding you to that. You said Metroid, no Metroid Prime.
Okay,
Give him the number
that kind
4.
of gives me more odds of getting it.
No, because if the Metroid Prime's revealed, you don't get it.
Doesn't it all fall under the umbrella of
It's
Metroid?
all a Metroid game.
No, we're playing by Braden versus the World rules. I need the exact title.
I
Braden
think we're playing
versus
by
the world
Ben's
rules.
At this point.
Braden versus the world rules also means it'll suit whatever Ben wants it to suit at that time.
That's right.
Whoever needs to win will win.
That's right. Okay, my third and final pick for Nintendo. And let me just say, I've chosen this. I don't necessarily believe this.
You want it.
But I really need it to happen in order to win the Fantasy Critic. So I picked that Breath of the Wild 2 will be announced with a November release to go alongside the previously announced Switch Pro. Will be enhanced on Switch Pro, but will also be playable on the regular Switch.
Ben, you've been reading The Secret, haven't you? It's all about putting what you want out into the world.
No, yeah, I guess, but I've not been reading that horrible book. Yeah.
I don't know what that book is.
Why don't you think this is coming out floppy?
I didn't think it at first, and now I think it probably will, but I don't want it to.
All right. Why do you think it will?
I think it's going to come out in November. Like you've said, I think you're probably right, because they need that one big thing at the end of the year. November or December. You know, it was smashing.
Because the Pokemon games are Pokemon remakes.
Yes.
And
they're
remakes
not
never sell as well as the next game in the series.
So I think it will, but I don't want it to because of Fantasy Critic. I think it'll be there end of the year, either November or December, like the Smash was when Smash came out in December.
Yeah, I personally think that Breath of the Wild 2, they already have the assets built. They already have the game engine built. Like, you're just sort of... I mean, I'm not a game developer. I don't know what goes into it. Obviously, a lot of hard work goes into it. And, of course, the pandemic has made things a lot harder. But Majora's Mask, and okay, all right, it's completely different, but Majora's Mask was pumped out in 11 months because they just reused all the same assets and made it a smaller game.
But how much crunch was involved in that too?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there, but
Probably
I know that
heaps.
Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time.
The other thing, the thing that does make me think it'll be next year is I think they will time it with the Switch Pro, and it'll be next year. I think it'll be next year.
You still think it'll be next year?
Yep.
Well, that's my pick. All right, Floppy, what's your last pick for Nintendo?
My last pick for Nintendo is that Nintendo's presentation, I'll stick to my original writing, even though it's going to will end. They always do that. Oh, and one last thing, and it will end on just a Mario Kart logo. A Mario Kart logo we haven't seen before.
We're going to get a GIF?
A GIF?
A GIF.
I'm pretty sure it's called GIF.
Really?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, so possible. We're probably due for one, even if they get every single, do a Mario Kart Ultimate and do every single character and every single...
like a Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do that.
No, you
I
reckon
think we'll get a new Mario Kart.
It's been a while since we've had a new one.
This is the Wii U.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's still the highest.
When you think about it, everyone's bought this now. So...
How did he finish that?
He crossed the line.
It doesn't really... Like, they're not going to sell anymore because they've already sold all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call, actually. And I can see it being the one last thing.
They always do that. Oh, and just before we go, there's that one last thing, and they'll show a logo. And I think it'll just fade in and out logo.
Right, you don't think we'll get any more than that?
I think we'll get a logo.
So if we get more than that, if we get actual gameplay...
I think we'll get at least a logo.
I like the addition of at least. That's good.
All right, Brayden, your last pick.
All right, so my last pick is a bit of an out there one. I'm going to warn everyone of that.
Okay.
I'll read my wording directly as I bring up a picture.
Please do.
Please do.
Can you do it in Vincent Price's voice?
Vincent Price is...
Vincent Price.
Oh my god, no. Okay. Doug Bowser will emerge from the depths of hell holding the severed head of Reggie as a sacrifice for Phil Spencer.
So you went Vincent Price as voiceover guy?
Yeah.
Vincent
I
Price
wasn't
is
attempting
Doug
any
Bowser.
kind of voice. I think he will have returned the head of Nintendo to Nintendo and give it to Xbox instead. Ooh.
It's a big call.
Big call, big call. But
If that happens,
you got to be in it to win it.
2 points for Braden.
Yeah, double points, man.
Double
That's
points.
not fair. 1 point.
No, double points.
No.
Because it's got a pun as well.
All right, 2 points.
The return of the head of the Nintendo.
Yeah, two
gotta-
points.
gotta-
I was pretty proud of that one. Thank
I
you.
like a good pun.
All right, let's move on to Microsoft and Bethesda. The other company is also scheduled to have a big party. My first pick is that Kojima's new game will be revealed and it will be an Xbox exclusive. Now, there have been rumors about this, but nothing official. But I think he's going to be out there on the Xbox stage again, doing his wave, being all charismatic and Kojima, and I'm going to cry a lot. Thoughts?
Possible.
Possible?
I don't know if it's possible this year.
What do you mean?
Well, how much time is there always between Kojima's stuff?
Well, I'm not saying the game, it's just an announcement.
Okay.
And an announcement could be just Kojima going, hello, I'm developing a game on Xbox. Thank you. Give me my check.
On stage.
Give me my check.
I thank you.
Phil Spencer empties his pockets.
That would be very interesting. I'd be kind of surprised, I guess. But I don't know what else to think about that one.
No? Well, don't. Just sit back and let Kojima captivate you. And snare you
Invade.
and creep in like a virus and just destroy your brainstem. What's your first pick for Microsoft / Bethesda floppy?
My first pick is a pretty obvious one, I think. I think we're going to get a Halo showcase because they need it. And a date for Q4 of this year.
Sorry, I've just read Braden's pick.
Yep. I know. Me too. Halo showcase, date for Q4, and a focus on the multiplayer because they need to tick all those boxes for this to work, and they need it to work. They really do.
Yeah, no,
It's their flagship. They need it to
We've
work.
spoken about this numerous times, and I've said that if this Halo isn't knocking the balls out of the park, that's it. Halo's dead. Mm-hmm. It's gone. They need this to win, which is why they delayed it.
And I think they will, and I think it will, and I think they do it well. That's why they delayed it.
Yeah.
And I think it needs to come out at that point.
Oh, totally. And I have no doubts that it won't. No doubts.
So we just give me the point now, or
No, just hold off. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay,
Braden.
Braden, your first pick.
Now, you did have a little bit of a giggle at it, but these are basically confirmed points. If they are announcing any of these types of games, I have 2 words for you, my friend. Real car. We will see a real car. There will not be a CG car in their presentation. It will be a real car. They may not have a stage like every other year, but there will be real car.
I want
Will
a
it be
t-shirt that says Hack the Dino and underneath it just says real car.
Real
Will it be
dot
driven?
car dot.
Or will it be stationary?
It won't be driven. It will appear like any other E3 presentation from the ground, from being unveiled, from behind a turnstile. There will be real car.
What color do you think this car will be?
Oh man, they've already
The
done
realest
orange.
colour there is.
They've already done orange. Have we had a hot green one yet?
Yes.
Oh man, maybe a blue one. I don't know, black maybe? Oh.
I'm just trying to get you to nail a color because
Nah, real car. Real car.
Well, I don't know how we follow that up. Okay, so my next pick, following real car, is Starfield will be revealed. Trailer, possibly some gameplay with the 2022 launch window. Now, this game was, of course, announced at E3 in 2018 with just a little spackering of stars across the horizon and the logo popping up. I think it's due. It's 2021, all right? It's been a global pandemic. Just reading the chat, Triple India has said, I think if Xbox does get a Kojima game exclusive, Ben needs to wear an Xbox shirt on the next stream. Sure, I don't have any Xbox shirts. I have a Kojima shirt, though, so I'll wear that.
Can I tell you a funny story about my place of work?
Well, it better be funny.
So we were all given, where I work, an Xbox T-shirt, long sleeve, that has all of the powers that be's gamer tags on the sleeves for everyone in the company. It was great. I didn't read the email properly, so it's got my PlayStation 1 on there. Has everyone else's Xbox gamer tags on there. On an Xbox shirt, has my PlayStation name on there.
So you should have said no. I just put my. Well, you are Xbox's biggest fan. All right, Floppy, what's your first pick?
My second pick for
Yeah, whatever.
Microsoft/Bethesda.
Sorry, I'm just getting over real car.
Yeah, real car.
Real car.
Real car.
Real car.
Real car smell.
Real car.
Funny. Speaking of real cars, my first pick is that Forza Motorsport will be announced for. Oh fuck! I've done it again. September. I've really locked myself in.
September's looking really good, according to you.
I like it. It's my birthday. Forza Motorsport will get announced for September, and Forza Horizon 5 will be teased for 2022.
Do you want to read the little note that I left underneath that?
You wrote, FYI, Forza Horizon 5 is very heavily rumoured to be announced if you want to include that.
That's right. I handballed one off to Floppy. That was me handballing, by the way. That was a bit of a...
Yeah, I was like, how do you handball? You've been watching the wrong game.
Real car!
Real car.
Real car.
I'm going to go with Forza Motorsport this year because I'm pretty sure the pattern is Motorsport, Horizon, off year. Motorsport, Horizon, off year, I think. And we've had 2 off years with nothing new.
Really?
Yep. Last one was Horizon 4.
What got delayed? Did Motorsport get delayed last year?
I don't think there was any announcement of a delay that I remember.
No? Huh.
Just not announced.
One was delayed.
Is this me driving? Shit.
All right, Brayden, your second pick for Xbox.
So
and
my
Bethesda.
second pick for Bethesda, we will see absolutely nothing of Elder Scrolls 6, but they will offhandedly mention that development is progressing.
So
Wow.
if we see a single
anything-
frame,
if we see anything new of Elder
No.
Scrolls 6, if
we see nothing.
if we see anything new of Elder Scrolls 6,
Nothing.
they have to mention it offhandedly though. Not as part of like a big
So we're not
thing.
allowed to see anything, but they have to just go, oh yeah, an Elder Scrolls 6.
As they're
And we're
walking off
still
stage.
working.
Oh, by the way.
And we're still working on Elder Scrolls 6, don't worry. Like, it'll be some bullshit like that.
Bullshit. Real car.
Real car!
Oh, and Elder Scrolls 6, but whatever.
All right, yep, cool. All right, my last pick for Xbox and Bethesda, Halo Infinite Take 2. That's right, new release date is announced for November in 2021, this time with graphics that don't look like butt.
That was up to Mass Effect.
Yeah. So I think I'm pretty safe for that one. I think that's...
Yes. I think you're pretty safe. You can put that one down.
Yep.
I think we'll both get a tick on that one.
There's our Craig, our good old Craig. Boy. Floppy.
My next one, also very specific. Phil Spencer. Not anyone else. Only Phil Spencer.
Only Phil Spencer.
Yep, that's what I wrote. Is going to hint at Xbox entering, in some way, the VR game, in spite of the fact that a couple of years ago they went, nah.
Firstly, there's been rumours that Xbox are looking into VR. Secondly,
Good.
I like the idea that Phil Spencer comes out and says, yeah, we're doing VR. And then Floppy doesn't get the point because he said hint. And Phil Spencer just comes out and says, yeah, we're doing it. That's not a hint. That's a statement. Technicalities, kids.
Yeah, makes you lots of friends.
Brayden.
Sorry, I was still muted. Okay, so my third and final pick for Xbox and Bethesda. Phil Spencer will accept the gift of Reggie's severed head. They will announce some form of official collaboration between Xbox and Nintendo. Lock it in, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brayden's been on fire this show.
Thank you so much.
You should get delusionally sick more often.
Mate, I would be broke and die, but if I didn't have to be broke and die, I could do it all the time.
Far
Before we get into Sony and the other people picking their things, I just want to mention this little bit of news that came up during the week, and that is E3 have announced they're doing their own award show. The official quote is, official E3 awards show will happen on June 15th, the final day of the E3 live show stream, with editors from IGN, GameSpot, PC Gamer, Games Radar voting on winners. The ESA mentioned that they were going after some big changes to shake things up at E3. Is this it? Oh, we've got an awards show now. You know that Jeff Keighley guy who's got a thing the same time as our E3 thing? Well, we're going to do what he does best and put on an awards show. They already have that. Don't they have Judges Week so they can judge all the games? And that already happens.
Yeah.
There's Judges Week that, like, E3, I wasn't even sure what is classified within E3 because there's, like, Summer Games Fest and there's all this other stuff. Like, what is E3 still? I
know that E3 is that collection of people and running a show, but I personally use the term E3 now as that time of year.
Yeah.
It's June.
Yeah.
Yep. It's June, July.
No, that's
is
a
E3.
very good way of
E3 time.
putting it.
It's become a time of year where things are announced, not necessarily one specific event. I know that's not true because E3 is actually like a copyrighted, what do they call it? A name for a thing, for a company, whatever.
Do you know what it is?
Conglomerate.
Do you know what it isn't?
What isn't it?
It isn't a real car!
Until they bring out an E3 car.
Real car.
Just no one else.
Do you know who else isn't a real car?
This guy.
The fine people that sponsor this show.
Oh, yeah.
Even read anymore. I can't even do it anymore. I have to finish this game.
Thank you very much to Game Boy Games. If you got some money that you don't like because it's filthy and dirty and full of communists, then you should give it to Michael Townsend, Game Boy Games, so he can make more games with Game Boy Games. Do you like games and boys? Then boy oh boy, will you like Game Boy Games.
Well, I think that's a whole different thing. You know what is also a kind of a different thing, but not really?
What?
All of our cool Patreons.
Patreons!
Yeah.
Hey, Patreons, you're the best.
Well, you are the best, and we'd like to say thank you to you.
We would.
We do it by this.
We'll do it via Morse code with our eye blinks. Now, for those of them who aren't silly.
Yeah. All right, we would like to say thank you. So if you're watching and you like what you see and you think, hey, I'd really like to help those guys out so I get to see more of their content. You can do this. You can do this in a number of ways. You can watch us. You can like us. You can subscribe to us. You can share us to all of your friends, family. Make them watch. Force them to.
Share us like a big sushi platter.
Oh, I
Put
thought
the
you were going
sushi
somewhere else.
On our bodies and use chopsticks to
Nope, you did go.
enjoy the sensual sushi body experience.
The other way you can help us out is monetarily, if you wish, because it allows us to buy cool things like microphones, lights, cameras, Bradens, and provide more of this awesome, wonderful rambling content that you enjoy. You can do this in a number of different ways. There is different levels. There is a $2 level. Mm-hmm. What do you get at $2 level?
You get your name added to the list that scrolls down the bottom of each and every show.
I can never do this because I'm looking at it backwards.
They're all there. Well, they're all having a fun time, all those names.
Yes. There is I forgot the first one. All of these people will get access to our private Discord server.
That's right. But if you would like to join our public Discord, where I've just put a new games and rumors
you
section.
did too. I saw that.
Just because I got sick of choking up the feed, and I actually really like getting people's responses. So if you want to head to bit.ly/hackthedino with hack the dino having capital letters for each of those words, you can join our Discord or head on over to hackthedino.com and click on the Discord button up in the top in the little bar there. But if you pay any amount of money to our Patreon, you get access to the super cool, awesome Patreon-only Discord where all our coolest friends hang out. And Braden's there giving you exclusive hits and tips on real cars.
Photos of cars that he likes.
Yep, that's all he talks about, real cars.
Or if you'd like to...
Real cars!
If you'd like to chuck in $10 a month, you get exclusive extra monthly show called Dino More. Mm-hmm. And you get your name read out.
You missed out on Dino More last week.
I did.
You totally did. Now, all of our Patreon should head over to the Patreon account and watch it because we did. Mr. A Game bought a whole bunch of his chips that people have sent
famous
him.
chips, the ones that people send him.
Yep, from all over the world. And we sat here, Braden, Mr. A Game, and I sat here and tasted all of them and gave them a rating.
Good
I see
Lord,
what's happening.
it was something to behold.
It was a thing. I did throw most of them out. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you know
but
what?
Some were really good. Like, I'm not a hot spicy guy, but there was one called Takis or something like that,
Takis.
and they were like rolled Doritos. That was sensational.
Well, if you would like to send us chips, we'll rate them in Dino More.
Yeah, totally.
I'll do it. You know what else we'll do in Dino More for $10 people?
What?
We read out their names. So thank
sweet.
you, Dat Beard, Karen Knight, Dylan the Villain, Sam Beard, Triple Indy, Mike Towns, Ash Knight, and Game Boy Dad. Thank you.
Bang bang.
Yeah. There is also a $15 tier where you get all of the things that we've already said. Mm-hmm. And you get to have a little post-show chat with us.
That's right. After each episode of Hack the Dino, we sit down where we've been sitting for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we just talk to whoever's in the chat, the Patreon chat. So if you want to jump on in and say hi and ask us things like...
I'll tell you all about my explosive diarrhea.
I was going to leave that. I thought that gag was done.
No, I haven't run it yet. You've run it to death. I haven't.
No, you had the runs. all
run
right.
it to death.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There you go. I like it.
There is one other tier, though. There is one other tier. It's a $25 tier. And if you would like to supply us with a video ad of a product that you create yourself that you'd like to promote, we will run that for you as you saw Game Boy Games.
Game Boy Dad. Game Boy
Games.
Game Boy Games, not
I had it right.
We got too many Game Boy fanatics in the chat.
We have two.
There's too many. There's a pun for you.
Oh, boy.
You choose which two.
Okay. Would you like to talk about our AVCon appearance? That's
Sure.
coming up?
We're going to be at AVCon. That's the Adelaide Audiovisual Convention. Sure.
Anime and video games convention, baby.
Audio visual.
Audio visual. We're not nerds. Oh, wait.
What? We'll be there with our DVRs,
I want to know, did you do that on purpose or was that?
our hi-fi system.
I said it and went, what did I just say?
Check out our record players. Cassettes all day.
The mouth isn't connected to the brain.
But what's this week's excuse, though?
Jeez.
Anyway, AVCon, we're going to panel. We'll be there with Natty and Jordo from D1 DLC and the guys from Live Booleans, and we'll be talking something about what you need to do to start a podcast in Adelaide. But it's really just an excuse for us to
Talk
promote
about
our show.
ourselves. Yeah.
And Floppy and I will be there. Braden will be working.
That was an evil cackle.
Yeah, well, I'm an evil man.
That was an evil cackle.
And just a reminder as well that if you are enjoying what you're hearing and seeing and listening, head on over to hackthedino.com, subscribe over there. Be sure to follow us on twitch.tv/hackthedino and all podcast apps. And if you could all out there tell at least two of your friends, just two about us, to check us out and to like us if they'd like that. That's how we grow.
Preferably two that don't already watch the show.
Oh, there's a good chance of that, don't worry. Just two people. That's all we're asking. Just two people. Two. You're the best. Love you. Mwah. Okay, Floppy.
Yes.
Before we crack back into our E3 predictions,
Yes.
do you want to talk about some free games that are out?
Yes.
Sweet. Go for
I
it.
would like to. Do you like free games?
I am a big fan of and proponent and wholeheartedly endorse games of which they are free if it's consensual by the game devs.
I like free games that I've paid for. Two. Because I have PlayStation Plus.
Yay!
And you get free games.
You do.
What
What
do you
are
get?
they this week?
This month, you get Virtua Fighter 5.
Sweet.
Now, I am not a huge fighting game fan. I enjoy them. I'm not good at them. You like them. How are you?
I'm not good at them either.
Okay, you probably like them on it. How are you on Virtua Fighter?
I've played a Virtual Fighter once in an arcade at the Royal Adelaide Show when I was about 12 and didn't enjoy it, so I've never played since.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to grab this one because, weirdly enough, this is also available for the next 2 months.
Cool.
So I don't know why, but there was some talk of some DLC.
Correct. They've brought out a DLC pack. I think it's available now, where you get the original Virtual Fighter 1 skins.
So that's cool. So yeah, I'm going to download this and have a crack because
So will I, actually.
it looks cool. I want to see your opinion to see if they've gone the route of the realistic karate like Tekken.
I doubt it because
They did stuff like
I
that.
have nothing to back up that evidence at all. I'm just shouting out
Yeah,
words.
so grab that because you'll get it for the next 2 months. Well, you've got the ability to get it for the next 2 months. That's awesome. Next one on the list is Star Wars Squadrons. So this game is pretty.
Yeah?
I cannot wait because I hadn't bought it yet, and I was this close to buying it, and then I saw this, and I was like, thank God.
When this first came out, I bought it, and it was so damn pretty. But I think it was at the time I couldn't afford to buy a number of games, and there was another one that I wanted more. So I played it for a little bit, thought this was awesome, and returned it. And I keep meaning to go back and get it, and I haven't. Now I don't need to. This thing is so pretty. If you liked the old TIE Fighter versus X-Wing and that style of thing, chuck in a really cool story as well, and some amazeball graphics.
What's the story like, the single player like?
I didn't get too far, so I don't know, but it started out really well.
Lots of like different missions and stuff.
You play both sides, don't you? You jump
yes.
between
Yes.
rebels
Jump
and
between,
the
you do a bunch of different stuff, but like there's heaps of different types of missions.
Yes.
And missions like progress where like you'll like have to find a certain thing on it and then destroy that, and then that gives you access to going after more things.
So it's like Rogue Squadron on the 64.
It's kind of like a flight simulator with RPG elements.
Think of a Tom Clancy's Hawks,
Yeah.
but in
Or Ace
space.
Combat.
Or Ace Combat.
Yeah.
I went with the lesser known.
Yeah, you went with the no one known.
I went the really dumb one. I used to play that on my iPod Touch.
But, wow, weird. But grab that because it is such a beautiful game. Even if you're not a flight sim sort of fan, check it out. It's really arcadey, so you should be able to get into it, hopefully.
I'm really excited about trying it out because I haven't played a good Star Wars game in a good long time.
Jedi Fallen Order.
The next one, which is a PS5 one that I know nothing about, but it looked funny, is called Operation Tango.
I was really relying on you to talk about this one.
I meant to look it up before it appeared, but I ran out of time.
Brayden, tell us about it.
It looks like Deathloop.
So I believe
But
it's a
hacking.
multiplayer.
Okay. Like a co-op or against?
I think it's a co-op.
That's right, Hack the Dino. All the latest game news that you need to know.
Two players, blue and orange.
But I did run out of time today to research this one.
You're doing the hacking minigame from... Oh, God, what game is it? It looks exactly like the hacking minigame from a different game, and I can't pick what it is.
You're not talking...
Not Watch Dogs.
Okay,
No,
I'm out.
it's something else.
Operation
it's gonna bug me
Tango?
forever.
Look at that afro. Yeah, I'm going to play it. Anyway,
Sure.
you got a co-op two-player game. Looks cool.
Cool. What's out on Xbox?
Xbox?
Game Pass
So-
this release.
Out on Game Pass, we have For Honor,
Yeah.
which I don't know if you've seen, but it's like...
Was that out before or was that out on PlayStation?
This is an older game. It's been out for quite a while.
Has been out for a little while. It was the Ubisoft one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's essentially in a world where, knights, samurai, and Vikings never actually met. But if they did, it would be really fucking cool and it would look like this.
Right.
So it's an all online sort of multiplayer aspect side of things where you can play one of these factions and take over the world.
Cool.
It didn't sell terribly well when it came out, but I always thought it looked really cool and I liked the idea. Not something I may have paid for, but I'll definitely check it out for free.
Well, aren't you a Samaritan?
Not always, but
No.
sometimes.
Cool.
And the other one I was hoping to rely on you for, Darkest Dungeon, is coming out to Games Pass because I believe you've played this.
Me?
Yeah.
God, no.
Shit.
Brayden,
So Darkest Dungeon is...
the best
one
video
the
game of
50
2015.
50 best PC games. It's got Cthulhu. Oh, okay. It looks like a Flash game from the late 2000s that's trying to be really edgy, but it's still a Flash game.
Real
so
car.
it doesn't have a whole lot of like actual movement to it. There's basic. Oh, it looks a little bit like
I like the art.
like Adventure Quest or something. Like there's really bad Flash games.
Is it a roguelike
But
sort
it
of thing?
looks really dark. It could be a roguelike. Half shit nowadays is. You got a team of people. You fight Cthulhu tentacle monster boys and some demons and the librarian and the Dark Souls guy's there. Did you see him? That was the Demon Souls guy.
So what we have learned tonight is that Floppy needs to do a little bit more research on the games he puts
see
in.
that generic ass explosion animation? Oh
This could be our new bad
God,
game
look
reviews.
at it.
What I've learnt tonight
Yes.
is that deliriously sick Brayden is the best Brayden because I've never laughed my ass off at him so much.
So you know what we do from now on? I'm going to go out and take swabs of door handles
Oh, God.
and things and just put them on his headphones. Keep him perpetually
no.
ill.
Okay. Speaking of being ill, E3, we're going to talk about our Sony EA Obsidian, Ubisoft picks. I'm sure Obsidian will be there. Okay,
Sony / EA, etc.
Yeah, all the other guys who aren't actually participating
Ubisoft.
in E3. So mine first pick is Spyro 4 will be revealed by Sony. That's it. That's the pick. Just revealed. That little purple dragon, and that'll tie in nicely with him debuting in Smash Bros. Thoughts?
I'm here for it.
I think it would be... Yeah, it makes sense. If it's going to come out in one, we're going to get a new one. What do you think is going to get announced first?
Well, whoever has the first conference.
Who's that going to be?
Well, it depends when Sony decide to go. I think Sony
Pick
will
something
go,
specific, damn it.
I think Sony will go after E3. I think Sony will go like on the
Yeah.
16th or 17th.
Okay.
So,
I just realised I also missed a pick in here.
See,
I'm going to have to make one up.
I'm interested in if they do try to do a new Spyro game, because I don't know if y'all remember like the late PS2 era Spyro games. Mm-hmm. They weren't crash hot.
Is that Eternal Darkness and stuff?
Like it was like like they introduced the like female dragon, and like I don't know, they just weren't that good. So that was like, it was like when they did Crash of the Titans or whatever it was for Crash Bandicoot. They tried to modernize him. He gave him a tattoo and stuff. They just weren't very good. Like this one, haha, the video worked. Yeah, they were not. He's an edgy teenager.
what the hell's he talking about?
I don't know.
He's just saying words.
So do you think a Spyro game would have to be exactly like the original 3? Or would they try to do something new and different like these games tried to do?
It's just
Cool.
like
Hey, Floppy, what's your next
Ask
pick?
the question.
there's just sounds coming now. Like I don't even know what they are. I'm going to skip Braden to my third pick and
No,
say
you still got your first one.
Yeah, but I'm going to do this one first.
Oh, okay.
So the third pick, Braden, is going to be my one I'm going to read now. So first and foremost, it's nice, it's simple, also specific again. I have picked Horizon Forbidden West to be announced for September.
September. That's not even in the holiday period.
No,
which is
but
what
it's-
Herman Holtz said in that, they were aiming for.
I may have written this before I saw that. And gosh darn it, I'll stick to my guns.
Well, you have to because we got it written down and it's liable if you go against it.
What about if I change it?
Well, no, because I've got a photographic memory.
No, you don't.
I sure do.
Okay.
Yeah, incidentally, a friend of mine had a photographic memory.
Had?
I
Did he
assume
forget where he
still
put
has he got ducks of the school because the night before each exam, he just sat down and read the textbook
Jesus,
and
bloody
just
hell.
passed. He now's like a concrete engineer and earns stupid amounts of money because he can remember all the formulas and not mess them up.
Yeah, right.
What an amazing gift to be
You
born
could
with.
also just write down the formulas and still never mess them up.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to because he's got photographic memory.
Yeah, okay.
I'm certain his head will just explode one day. Actually, it's really funny because he's a metalhead as well. So there's a picture of the highest performing kids in the school, and you have these sort of like stereotypical smart kids, and then him
Nerds.
standing there in a black death metal shirt, really long black hair, and a long black beard.
He had a beard in high school.
Yeah, he's very testosterone.
He was 23.
The one thing he couldn't remember was Braden, what's your first pick?
Look, I'm going to apologize. This one ain't my hottest one out of the hits I've been giving out today. Sony,
It's almost lame in comparison.
Sony, there's going to be a reveal of a brand new PS5 exclusive from one of Sony's first-party studios. Hey, look, I've got Doug Bowser returning from the depths of hell. I need some point somewhere. I need something.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Delirious Braden's great.
Yep.
Okay.
I like it.
My next pick number 2 for all the others. Final Fantasy Origins will be revealed. Now, for those of you not known, Team Ninja, who made Ninja Gaiden, Neo, and whatever that one is working with Square Enix on a more action-orientated Final Fantasy game that takes place in the same world or adjacent to the original Final Fantasy. It will be a Souls-like, and we can see here on the screen what that may look like if it was done by a bunch of cosplayers, because Square Enix keeps flagging our videos.
It was Dissidia, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, what are your thoughts on a Soul-like fantastic?
I can't watch this and talk to you properly.
Souls-like Fantastic 4 game?
Yep.
Yes, please.
I think a Souls-like
hot as
Fantastic
hell.
4 game would be great.
Be so good. You only get to choose one hero, and you have to go in there and you have to try your best. And the moral of the story is you actually need 3 friends to be able to do it. And
hell's
it really
wrong with
sucks
me?
because no one's playing it online.
You broken.
I
You
really
are so
am.
broken. You know what else is broken? This video. Yeah, a Souls-like Final Fantasy game.
Yep.
I think it's an interesting concept, and I think there's enough people out there that love Souls games that it would probably work. It's different enough. Like there's so many Final Fantasy games, you kind of got to throw something different into the mix. I think, to make it interesting and make it retailable. Is that a word?
Relatable.
No, retailable, like sell it at retail.
Relatable works.
Relatable. Because I think if you just keep doing the same thing all the time, it's eventually people are not going to do it. They're going to
Debatable.
Another good word. Inflatable.
Connectables.
Inflatables.
They're hot stuff. You can mix and match them.
Connectables or collectibles?
Connectables. The cars, they were cars that came apart and you could mix
My
them.
next pick is I was going to turn into Braden just saying words again.
Connectables.
I love the little Braden pop-up. I think we're going to see a new Need for Speed.
Do you feel the need?
I feel the need for speed.
Is it
Arrest
alright
him, drug
if
addict.
I'm going to bring up the footage of my favorite Need for Speed game, if that's all right.
Is
Okay.
it-
What do you think?
Is
this
it Undercover too?
No.
What Need for Speed personality will be in this next game?
I think, personality.
Well, they had what's his name from Breaking Bad in one of them.
That was in a movie.
Wasn't he in the game as well?
Not sure.
Did they do a movie game? Did they do a movie tie-in game, maybe?
Possibly, or DLC somewhere.
No.
No.
Nope. I think we're going to get Need for Speed Undercover, a new Need for Speed Undercover.
Right.
I'm not going to leave it at that. I'm not going to give a date. I'm not going to give an actor's name or a freaking anything
Are you gonna
else.
Say it?
No.
You gonna say it? Or are you gonna make me say it?
What?
Real car.
No real cars for this one.
Real car.
Nah, Need for Speed can't afford
This
it.
is Most Wanted, yeah?
Yeah, this is Most Wanted on the PS2.
Yeah,
Do you know
this
what
is
I
a
most
great
want?
game.
Oh, so
Real
good.
car.
Yeah, no, you see, Forza and Microsoft, they can afford a real car. EA don't care.
No,
About,
EA will charge it for you in loot boxes.
Yeah.
That's right. You get 3 wheels now. You get the 4th one with our monthly DLC package.
Yeah, but you'll get loot boxes which has random other parts of the car, but you'll just end up with 7 wheels.
Yeah. You've got 85 chassis,
Yeah.
nothing else.
And a cigarette lighter.
Hey, Braden,
Got a cigarette lighter.
what's your next pick for all the other companies who are not part of E3 but are jumping on the hype train?
Okay, my next pick, I feel like, depending on how progress has been going on this thing, could be a pretty safe pick, but also
Ooh.
there is a chance that this thing is just dead in the water and we won't hear anything.
I'm guessing that one.
So my guess here is we're going to get a very awkward update on Beyond Good and Evil 2.
When was the last time we had an update? Was it 2016?
I reckon 16, 17.
17?
Yeah.
2018?
When we saw this?
because they did this as their big announcement trailer, and then the following year we got Joseph Gordon-Levitt on stage talking about how they're basically gonna get the fans to make the game.
Yeah,
that was weird.
was he talking about his music
Production company?
Yeah.
Which is also like, hey, make the game for us.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
I think it's been long enough that they might give an update, and even if that update is it's going into a grave, that counts as a point for me.
I'll allow it, but
'Cause
only
it's an
because you've
update.
been so entertaining this episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I need all the pity points I can get.
All right, mine's actually probably the closest or the most confident I feel about being right about a pick.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a little game called Rainbow Six Quarantine will actually be revealed with a new name because reasons. And it will also release this year. So for those of you who didn't know, the next Rainbow Six game, there's a like techno-organic virus infecting people and you have to shoot things. Yes?
I don't think they need to change the name.
No?
No, do you know what one of the best-selling board games was last year?
Pandemic?
COVID-19.
Yes, Pandemic.
Yeah. Of course it
Pandemic.
would be.
Everyone bought it.
I feel like Pandemic is the more like exciting way to put it. Quarantine is people going, oh, that was when I had to stay in my house for months at a time.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't really
not forget, in Australia, we've been very lucky. Over in other places in the world,
That's not good
they
at
still
all.
haven't left their house after a year and a half.
Yeah, maybe they should learn to look after themselves a little better.
Well, they
follow-
also have a 50% vaccination rate, whereas we are under 20. So,
I had this in my fantasy critic last year.
oh really?
Yep. Initially. And then 2020 happened.
Did you
dropped
have it
that.
this year?
No, God, no.
Might be a good idea.
Never know. I think this thing might be pretty dead.
You might want to put mine in there.
Yours,
My EA one.
your EA one,
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Floppy,
Yes.
what's your final pick?
So my final pick is actually the first pick in that, Braden.
Yes, I am bringing it up now.
I think that Sony will show us and give us a demo of their new VR hardware. We've seen the controllers.
That's a good pick, Floppy.
We've seen the controllers. I think now is a good time. And there's been nothing else. And we know from the PS5, Sony's real big now on just showing you a little bit and then doing nothing. And then showing you a bit and then doing nothing. They've shown us those controllers. I think the next bit is this is what our hardware looks like.
Yep, the headset.
Yep.
That's a very good pick. And because it's not their primary system, like they're not too concerned if it does get lost in the big hype
No.
of everything else E3.
No. And I think that it's if Xbox are doing it or are even talking about thinking about it, this is just them going, cool, look at this, bang, drop. Here we go. We got a cool new thing. Look at your fingers. Look what you can do with your fingers.
That's cool. I like it. That's a good pick.
That's just one with you three.
Okay, Braden. Last pick.
You know I had to end it on a high note, right?
You had better.
Oh, man. Well, this ain't it. Folks, strap in because we're going to get a trailer drop for the Uncharted movie, which everyone's really, really not feeling.
I don't buy Tom Holland as Nathan Drake.
No.
Hey,
I like Tom
look
Holland.
at the guy behind him. Does that look like Sully to you?
None
No.
of them look like who they're meant to.
Mark Wahlberg looks like Nathan Drake.
Yeah, funny that.
Yeah.
a mess.
I am a fan of Tom Holland. I'm a relatively big fan of
Marky Mark and the
Marky
Funky
Mark and Funky Stuff the Bunch most of the time. I don't see this as Uncharted. This is not the Uncharted I want to see.
This is going to be a Tomb Raider, isn't it?
Yeah. I just want to bring up. Do you guys remember the quote from Tom Holland in an interview slightly earlier this year?
No.
That is undercut.
No, it was. Oh, that was about how he's keeping it for Spider-Man. It was actually about someone asked him about the Uncharted movie, and he was like, "Yeah, it really wasn't. I'm not proud of that performance.
That's right,
It's
he
not my
phoned it
best
in.
performance. It like he was focusing more on pulling off like standing on the top of a hill and like looking like tough and brave and explorery, and he wasn't focusing on acting.
But Tom Holland isn't like rugged. He's an adorable little dude.
Look at his face.
Yeah, I
Like-
just want to squeeze his cheeks.
Yeah.
You don't buy him as this Nathan Fillion type. You've seen the short movie that
I'm
Nathan
gonna
Fillion
bring it
made.
up right now because it's what it
Perfect.
should
Isn't
be.
it
Really.
Fillion?
Yeah, whatever. He's not here to correct me. Anyway, there are picks for E3. If you think we've got them right, let us know in the comments below. If you think we got them wrong, let us know in the comments below. If you just want to spam us with some hate, go for it. Like, whatever.
Ben thrives on that. It's
I
actually what
will
runs
take
through
your insults and eat them and then spew them out of my nose.
It's literally what runs through his veins.
That's right. Give me all your hatred.
Do it.
Speaking of hatred, you know what you can do? You can watch Nathan Fillion and his good old...
Or Fillion.
Whatever. You can watch Captain Hammer and his good old short film that he made about Nathan Drake. It was great.
Who would you get to play Nathan Drake?
Fillion.
Okay. Other than Nathan Fillion, who would you get to play Nathan Drake? At a moment's notice. Braden, go.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Hell yes, I'm here for it.
Incorrect.
I had to think of someone who's in every film at the moment. Kevin Hart.
Incorrect.
I would get Angelina Jolie.
Incorrect. But he makes
Scarlett
a great
Johansson.
Sully. He makes a great Sully.
Yeah?
Is that the guy from Avatar?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, cool.
He's not blue.
Other guy, bad guy.
Hey, do you know what is blue? One of the new brass knucks that Nintendo's releasing. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Nintendo's releasing brass knucks for your Switch system. So
Sure.
if you have the need to just strap in some brass knucks and go swinging, then Nintendo's got you covered.
Super Mario Golf gets lit.
It's like Super Mario bar fights.
Oh man, I want to see Mario throw down and beat the crap out of Luigi. Oh.
Maybe like with Mario's off year when he became a mob enforcer. Just
I don't know.
Getting money from people.
But really, I'm
And
not
hitting with
crazy.
golf clubs?
This is ridiculous, right?
Yeah, but like, where is this from? Is this a legitimate thing? This is not
a legitimate.
joke.
I came across this. I was reading an article about a third party or whatever bringing out motion control golf clubs for the new golf game that's coming out.
Can I just say, Game Boy Dad in the chat, GTA 5 confirmed for Switch. That is good.
Yeah, I think it's to do with like some of the boxing fit games, and they've got it so you can grab onto the Joy-Con without losing it.
Okay.
But they're brass knocks.
They are brass. All they're missing is some little spikes on the end just to make them real Mad Maxy.
You come at me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
I love Sick Braden. I'm totally getting doorknob germs for him.
On a slightly more sensible note, Nintendo is finally, to my surprise, opening a museum in 2024. That's right, Nintendo is opening a museum dedicated to the history of their gaming consoles and their games. It will be called the Nintendo Gallery, and we can see on screen here an artist rendition of what it will look like. The press release also says that ever since 2016, Nintendo has been working to overhaul the Uji Ogura plant into something new, finally settling on a museum dedicated to their products. Because Nintendo, I've seen pictures of what's down in their storage system, and they have just miles of pristine mint boxed consoles. And Nintendo has such a huge and rich history because they were obviously a toy manufacturer and a card manufacturer before that.
Look at that.
This is just in New York City in the Nintendo Museum there. One of the things I do is collect Nintendo because of the history behind it. And I like to preserve that. Obviously, none of it's in good condition like all this stuff. I cannot wait. And when that's open in 2024 and we can travel again, we're all vaccinated and all having a good, happy time, I will be going there and just...
I'll come with you.
Hugging it and just
I
kissing
won't
everything.
Do that. I'll watch.
I'll just love it so much.
I'm not
if there's
even gonna
any
watch.
merch, I will buy at least 2 of each. Brayden, what do you think about Nintendo?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of Nintendo stuff. Like, I look, honestly, the second it started, I was like, hey, this looks like Ben's house.
Yeah, except I don't have a teleview.
Only I did, like, notice, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Power Glove box has seen better days.
Yes. Yeah, I noticed that as well. I was going to mention something. I thought, no, don't be that guy.
I was going to say, this looks like Ben's house, but with less stuff.
I mean, you're not wrong. This is spaced out.
You know what? They missed an opportunity to make... If you can go back to the start where they showed the building...
It was a different file.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
There was a missed opportunity to make that main building look like an original NES.
Yes, good point. Good point.
Missed opportunity there.
But they didn't have the NES over in Japan. They had the Famicom.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But how cool would it have been if that building had like the flip-up lid that had the windows in it, where you put the cartridge?
Yep.
That would have been sick.
And then to get in, you had to blow. And they came and said, don't do that, you'll rust the pins. And you go, yeah, right. And then like 20 years later, all your pins are rusted out and you have to buy them from
Quick, Braden, say something funny.
Do you know what is funny?
Yeah, Braden.
The Atari VCS.
Oh.
It's finally been released. On the 15th of this month, the Atari VCS is finally coming out. It will retail for $300, $300 US. And if you want 2 controllers to play with a friend, that'll cost you $400. We can see you here on the screen, all the fantastic mobile games you can play on the Atari VCS.
Who does this?
It comes with a dozen modern games, including Atari's own Missile Command, which we can see on screen now. And it will come also with access to 100 classic Atari 2600 arcade games, along with the ability to access the Ant Stream Arcade, a game streaming service with a large collection of retro games available. They haven't mentioned how much that costs, though.
No.
Haven't mentioned that. Users can also access apps for almost every major streaming service. So, like, they're selling it that you can watch Netflix on it. I can do that on my DVD player.
I can do it on my PS5, my Series X, my TV, my laptop, my tablet, my phone.
Yeah, but floppy, does it have 4K resolution and HDR?
I was like waiting for you to get to this, but I'm like, we've just seen the games that are playing on this.
I know, they're mobile. They're literally mobile games.
And they're going 4K resolution and HDR.
Yeah.
Why?
This whole thing's been a joke since it came out. Like, there was that infamous E3. It was about this time 2 or 3 years ago where they invited journalists to come up and have a look at the VCS.
Yep.
And they went and picked it up and it was just the shell.
Yeah, it was empty.
There was nothing in there. And they just said, well, what are we supposed to do? I'll just have a look at it. Like, these are appointments during E3.
Yeah.
Time is very precious.
What is it? Do we have a picture of the actual unit, Braden? It also has Bluetooth 5.0, USB 3, and dual band Wi-Fi support.
So, like, my toothbrush.
Yeah.
My toothbrush has all that sort of stuff. Looks cool.
It does. I'll give them this. The design and the aesthetic of it is awesome. Like,
Yep.
it looks really good. If it was a quarter of the price.
That's a ridiculous price. So what, 300 Australians were?
like
520, 530?
Yeah. This should be $150.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be the
Australian.
price of a mini.
Australian.
Yep. Oh, probably 2. I'll give them 2.
All right, $199.
All right.
95.
Yep, that's a good one. I'm happy with that.
Yep. With 2 controllers, though.
No, I'd say 1. No, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, with 1 controller.
Look, get him on the line. I'll talk to him.
Okay, no probs. We should get Braden to talk to him. He's funnier today.
Braden, what do you think of the Atari VCS and how many will you be buying?
Old game is old. I honestly think that part of this entire thing is that they kind of want it to bomb, and then it'll be like, oh, we didn't produce very many, so then the like aftermarket value of it will go up, and then the business themselves will act as a reseller of sold consoles to get more money than what it's actually worth.
So you reckon they're playing the long con?
It's just a huge con.
Pretty sure that's
Is
fraud.
Atari still a
Yeah.
business?
I think that's profiteering.
Yeah. Atari got split into 3 or 4 different companies when it blew apart in the 80s. And they had to
Right.
bury all those game carts.
And somehow the stepson of one of those companies has come out and gone, I want to make some money off this.
Yeah, I don't know what they're on about.
I met someone who has pre-ordered the console, 2 joystick controllers, and 2 of the Pro-style controllers.
Hey, Floppy,
Yes.
how old are they?
Younger than I am.
Oh,
How thick are the rims on their glasses? And how much coffee do they drink?
Quite a lot.
There you go.
And quite a bit.
You're welcome.
But that's over $1,000.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You know what you could buy for $1,000? You could buy one
Real
of
car!
Real car! But no, I wasn't going for that. I don't have a picture of it, but the PlayStation t-shirts that cost more than the consoles. Did you guys see that news item?
No.
yeah, that's insane. I'll bring a photo up because it's weird.
Do that while we're talking about the next subject, which you also wanted to talk about. But Dark Horse is establishing a game division.
That's
Dark
old.
Horse Games will make its own titles as well as licensing. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Licensing?
Thank you. Its biggest franchises. Will be led by General Manager Johnny Lee, who previously held business development leadership positions at Docomo. Yeah, sure. Digital and Improbable. They say, quote, "We have evergreen properties like Hellboy, where there will always be interest in making games and doing collaborations," Lee told VentureBeat. "We and our partners can really evaluate if a story IP and character universe would be a good fit for games that they're internally designing and developing. I think most AAA devs that I've talked to prefer their game dev team to build core gameplay and then fit an IP to it versus shoving an IP down their throats. We're sensitive to that." So, what Dark Horse IPs?
Very quickly.
Yes, Braden, sorry, you jump in.
These are those expensive pieces of merch.
Yep, that costs more than a PlayStation 5.
Why is it so expensive?
Limited run.
Hype beasts.
There's a better hoodie you can get at EB Games, a PlayStation hoodie. Looks wicked.
These don't even look good.
No. There's no foil. There's no glitter.
Look up the PlayStation hoodie you can get from EB Games. It looks heaps better and it's $50.
Maybe we can do that later because we're running short on time and it's not really
What
newsworthy.
Dark Horse IPs are we going to see games of?
I would like a Usagi Yojimbo game.
Is that the guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
He appeared in some comics, yes, but he
Rabbit?
was that's what an Usagi is.
I
and a
didn't know that.
Yojimbo is bodyguard.
Ah, did not know that.
But he's a cool man. He's a cool rabbit.
There
He's
he
a cool
is.
dude. He's a cool samurai. He's a loner. He's a Ronin. He's a good character. I love him a lot.
I like that his ears are like tied up as his top knot sort of thing.
Yep.
That's really cool.
It's great character time.
I actually don't know anything about him. I've seen him.
You should read the manga. It's fantastic.
I've heard.
Floppy, I want to ask you this because I just put in your little bracket like an option. But other than the option that I've put in there, can you name any other Dark Horse IPs?
Not off the top of my head. I actually didn't see this part in here, so which is why I didn't put one in there. But I'm familiar with Hellboy, and I like Hellboy.
Yeah.
Name a couple off the top of your head for me.
So this is what I want to get to.
Was
with
Crow
this.
of the Bear Clan theirs?
They don't have it listed on here.
Probably not then.
So legitimately, when I saw this, I went, "That's interesting," because I find it hilarious. Because when you look at Dark Horse's library and the majority of the books that we sell at Greenlight Comics, the comic shop, and down here in Adelaide, majority of their comics, other than your Umbrella Academy, Resident Alien, Black Hammer, and Hellboy, everything else is someone else's IP. So you get Critical Role, you get Avatar, you get Stranger Things, you get Frozen, you get Incredibles, Mystery Science Theater, Legend of Korra, Polar's actually theirs, Tom Clancy, Legend of Zelda, American Gods, Neil Gaiman.
I reckon that Legend of Zelda's got legs. I reckon they can make a really good game out of that.
Really good game out of Halo, you reckon?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Really good game out of Aliens.
Possibly.
Dragon
No one else
Age?
has.
Well, they've actually lost
not true.
Aliens, so that's not even theirs anymore.
Well, they
Dragon
also
Age?
lost Star Wars.
Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies. Ether's actually theirs. The
Witcher could probably be a good game.
Pretty good game. Harrow County's actually theirs. Overwatch.
Overwatch. Oh, it's got
There's
Usagi.
Usagi. More Hellboy stuff.
Call
of
of
Duty.
Duty?
Lone Wolf and Cub, which, along with Berserker, is just they published the English translation. Tomb Raider. They've got...
Oh, Empowered. That'd be a real good game.
Oh, yeah, totally. Mass Effect might be a good game. I find it hilarious that they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're workshopping this." You have like 5 IPs, Dark Horse. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, yeah, I'll go with the Hellboy. I think Hellboy could make an interesting game.
Hellboy could be cool.
Hellboy could, but I will just say Sin City would make an interesting game because I like the artistic style that they could go with that.
And
that would be really interesting in a game
black, white,
format.
red.
But with their splashes of colour, whether it be the red or the yellow or the whatever. That would be cool. I'd like to see either Sin City or Hellboy for reasons.
Yeah,
Mainly artistic reasons.
I love Dark Horse being out here being like, "Oh yeah, we're workshopping a bunch of our stuff." It's like half your stuff that you publish is already video games.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's strange.
Do you know what else is strange? Very quickly, the Far Cry 6 release date was announced.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's strange. Games are developed and games come out. It's probably strange that it wasn't delayed longer.
It was meant to come out in February. Came out in October. Coming out in October.
Yeah, 60 frames per second, 4K, free upgrade to
PS5 and Series X.
Yeah, thank you. Far Cry 6 enemies will recognize you if you have too much notoriety, and missions can be played in almost any order. So that sounds pretty cool, actually.
People got really excited about the notoriety thing. I mean, that's been happening in Assassin's Creed for years, though.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, if your notoriety is too high, more guards come and recognise you.
But I mean, Assassin's Creed, you're walking around with a hood and a giant hook in your arm. Whereas this, you're just like you're one of the people.
Yeah, but
you blend in.
You also kind of blended in with the local garb of the times. Anyway, that's off of Far Cry. I like Far Cry. I'll play this. I've played most of them. Mm-hmm. I enjoy the open world style of gameplay that they have, which is kind of cut and paste from all those sorts of Ubisoft ones. But
what do you reckon the way to get the quick ending will be this time?
I don't know. I never do that.
Got to do it at least once.
Never have.
Lame. Braden, what do you think?
I really liked Far Cry 3. I 100% completed it. Then was a bit burnt out by the time 4 came out, so I didn't really get around 4 that much. 5, I was keen for, and then they said they weren't getting political, and then I wasn't keen for it at all. And then I heard like off and on things about it. This looks really good. It looks incredible. The main pull of it being Giancarlo Esposito as the bad guy. That's the whole reason anyone is picking this game up.
Put your hands up if you think he should be Magneto in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, it'd be
he is
excellent.
so charismatic.
Oh yeah,
it'd be so good. And then the only other thing that I saw from this, which is worth mentioning, is this little beautiful boy at the end of the trailer. Look at him.
And I said to you before, because we were talking about this before the show, that was done purely to get hype.
You are 100% correct. Purely for reaction videos.
Yep. That's all they want.
Because the second he rolls on screen, everyone goes,
Oh.
and then he does the little angry snarl at the end. It's like, oh, he's such a warrior.
Yeah,
my favourite Far Cry was Far Cry Primal.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Was that
that was the redo of 4.
Add-on.
Like, 4 is like a...
It was a 10,000 BC thing.
Yeah.
They retextured the map?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the entire map from 4.
And they did that with 5 again, didn't they? Like the
yeah, New
post-apocalyptic?
Dawn, where they made it a co-op thing. They had wackier weapons in it, which have all come across to here, like the CD gun.
Oh, yeah, the Macarena
the
CD.
Macarena.
That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, that sort of stuff they've pulled from New Dawn and things like that. It looks good. It looks like more Far Cry.
Imagine how much money they'd have to pay for the rights for the Macarena.
Probably not a lot. It's the Macarena.
I mean,
They're probably just happy to have it on some form of entertainment.
the backpacks look fun, like different stuff for your backpacks, like a mortar or a jetpack. Yeah, I don't know. The old cars I like. The fact that this area in the Caribbean is like kind of stuck in time because of all their war. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'll play this.
It looks good.
Well, you can on October 7th. And do you know what else you can play? A little game we like to play, Brayden versus the World. Woo. We really need to get a thing in there.
Yeah, give me time to do this.
Anyway, for those of you who are watching for the very first time, I'm sorry. But this is a game we play where I have 4 songs from video games past, present, or future. I will play an amount of time of the first song, and then Brayden, representing Brayden, will ask a question to try and guess where this song appears in which game. Then we'll go over to Floppy, who represents all of you out there in the world, and they'll go backwards and forwards until they reach 5 questions asked, and then they can try and take a guess. If you're in the chat, please don't give it away. I forgot to say that last week, and fun times happen.
Oh, really? Fans came in and just instantly called out.
Guessed it straight away. All right, here we go. We ready for?
They knew it. Good on them.
Song number 1. Here we go. Great music, actually. Okay, question number 1, Brayden.
Orchestral score. What genre of game is this?
It's an open world RPG.
Okay.
Floppy.
What tools/weapons do you use?
It varies on what you choose at the start.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Question number 2, Brayden.
What visual art style is this?
I would say they're going for a realistic look.
Okay.
Floppy, question number 2.
When did it come out?
It came out this year.
Oh.
Question number 3, Brayden.
Okay. That is not what I was expecting at all. God, what came out this year? Who do you? Oh wait, no, that'll change depending on what's the
questions,
bad
mate.
guy? What's the main bad guys you face in this?
They're sort of so it's sort of like a quest storyline. So you face multiple bad guys of equal badicity.
I think he was meaning what do they look like?
Is that what you meant?
That I'm happy with that as an answer.
Cool. Okay. Great. Who are you, Floppy? I do that every show.
Yep.
God damn it.
What platforms did it come out on?
Definitely the PS5. I think it might be a PS5 exclusive. I think. Not sure.
That's
Question
a big
number
year. That's a
4.
big thing.
All right, it's not then. Fuck you. Question number 4, Braden.
Is that no? Okay, I had a guess, and then I was like, wait a second, that's not realistic style. That's not more of an RPG type. Okay. Come on, PS5. It's very interesting. Is it part of a franchise?
Nope.
Okay, so it's
Floppy, question number 4.
It's Biomutant.
Yes, it is.
Oh, there we go. Very nice.
I was wondering how long it would take you to get there. When did you know it?
I had a thought at the second question, and then I just had to make sure.
Right.
That's why it came out on Xbox One as well.
It did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Okay, here we go. Song number 2. Ah, that classic rendition.
Yeah, I haven't played Leisure Suit Larry in years.
Okay, question number 1, Braden.
Okay, what console was this bad boy on?
Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Fuck. What is the end goal of the game? Like, what is the goal of the game?
To save the girl.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
It's Super Nintendo. What do you expect?
Far
Question
out.
number 2.
They were really pushing narrative storytelling in
Oh,
that game.
absolutely.
What do you play as?
You play as a man who's endowed with mystical powers.
Okay.
Plumber.
Mystical
Floppy.
Powers is alright.
Was this a numbered game? What number is the game in this series?
It's not a series.
Oh, okay.
It's a standalone game. Question number 3, Braden.
What genre is it?
Side-scrolling platformer.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, man.
Yeah. Should have thought that through.
Floppy.
What weapons do you use?
A variety of weapons, but they're sort of inbuilt. Like, use your mystical abilities as weapons.
Oh, okay.
Question number 4, Braden.
Who was the developer?
Oh, I believe it was Interplay.
I think that's illegal.
Question
Back
number
then
4,
it
Floppy.
was.
Okay, you've thrown me now.
Well, if you know anything about Interplay, it'll be a big hint.
Have we talked about it on this show?
No.
Okay. Also, big hint.
Not this particular show. I'm going to give you a big hint.
Oh, I'll have to remember the last 97 shows.
Please,
All right.
100.
All right, you want a massive hint? Because I don't think you're going to get it otherwise.
Okay.
It's been a bad game review.
Oh.
Okay? Question number 5,
But
Brady.
you used to do bad game reviews too.
That requires us to know about our own content, which is rare.
I assume you all go back and study yourselves to improve.
It's all we listen to.
Yeah.
Can I have a hint?
A hint?
Yes.
Well, I was going to give it away, but somebody stopped me.
The Mask.
Yeah!
Okay. Fair shout. Well done.
Good hint.
Well done. That's good.
Do you know, I picked up that game at a toy fair for $5, and when we sat down to do the bad game review, because it was just one I had in my shelf, and I thought, oh yeah, $5 for a box game, yeah, whatever. I looked it up on eBay, and it's worth almost $300.
Some
Oh, okay. So we're halfway through. We're at World on 16 and Brayden's on 16. You caught up.
I like this.
Well done, well done.
Okay, here we go. Song number 3. Oh, that's hot.
Damn.
Brayden, question number 1.
All right, I'm going to ask the question that I wonder if it will be an obvious answer or not. What genre is this?
You guessed it. Side-scrolling platformer.
Yeah.
Floppy, question number 1.
When did this come out?
It came out in 1994.
94.
Question number 2.
3 years before me. What console was this on?
This one was Super Nintendo.
This is going to be maybe an obvious one. Who is the main protagonist?
You can select.
Oh.
Damn.
But I guess there is one that you start out as, and then the other ones.
Who's the one you start as? If I can.
He's a thwippy boy.
Ah.
See, I'm being generous because it's a bit of a hard one. Brayden, question number 3.
Did we ask what console it was on?
Yes.
We did. And I can't remember.
It was SNES.
It was SNES. Okay. Do I just guess one of them is the question.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? It's the weird, obscure one? Alright.
I'm trying to think.
What main bad guy is in it?
Ooh. Arcade.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Question number 3, Floppy.
Ooh. I don't know the name of the fucking game. Was the game based on the team or a specific... Sorry, was the game named after a team or a specific character?
There is a specific team within the title.
Yes.
Question number 4, Brayden.
Oh man, okay. I mean, there's a team that I know is associated with that guy.
Don't think you do.
I feel like it's gonna be some weird ass shit though.
I think it is weird ass shit.
Is it like a collab between Marvel and someone else?
No.
No, okay.
Question number 4, Floppy.
I'm not going to be able to guess this because I don't know what the full title is, and I know it's more than just the team name.
Well, save it for your free guess because I'll be a bit more generous then. But you've got another 2 guesses. So you got question number 4, and then you've both got question number 5. Then it's your free guess.
Okay. How many words are in the title?
Oh, you piece of... Oh, okay, yep.
That's including hyphenated.
Is it hyphenated 1 word or 2?
Yeah, hyphenated is 1 word.
You got me there. You could see me being all sneaky.
Yeah, I knew what you
couldn't
were doing. I learned from my E3 picks.
6. Oh, this is going to be real good podcast material with both of you sitting there going...
Sitting and counting words.
For all you
Brayden?
podcast listeners, we're both sitting here looking perplexed, about to poop.
Question number 5.
I can only get 5 words out of the one that I'm thinking. Okay. Do you get more than just Thwippy Boy's associates? Do you get other Marvel characters in it?
I'm not too sure on that one. I'm definitely sure that Spidey Boy's associates... What do you mean by Spidey Boy's associates?
Like, you get, like, to put it into modern, like, film terms, like, are we talking, like, we get MCU level cameos, or are we just looking at Sony?
Oh.
Yeah.
You're getting other Marvel characters who... No, that's giving it away. Floppy? Pensive sigh.
Yeah, this is hard because I don't know what the name of the fucking game is.
As I said, just try and give it up, and if you get in the ballpark, I might be generous.
Did the name of the game have revenge in the title?
Yes. Okay, Brayden, free guess. Go for it.
Is it Spider-Man Revenge of the Sinister Six?
No, that was a NES game.
That was a NES game, okay.
Floppy?
I think it's X-Force.
Do you?
Revenge of the something.
You're completely wrong.
All right, I'm wrong.
Spider-Man and the X-Men, Arcade's Revenge.
I knew it was X-Men something.
Okay.
You said X-Force.
I know.
There was no X-Force game.
No, X-Force he's a team from X-Men. I just got the wrong team.
X-Force is a different team than...
Yeah, I know, but they're in the X universe.
Well, then
I thought Arcade fought.
neither of you get that. You're both at 16.
No, all right. Bugger.
All right, here we go. Song number 4. You're giving me a point again.
Straight away.
Okay, here we go.
This path is so dangerous, so forbidden, that only a recitation of the fabled Song of the Dead shall open the way. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is me handle, here is me spout.
There you go.
Ben's voice memos.
Question number 1.
Are you crazy?
Okay. What genre is this?
It's a third-person action adventure game.
Okay.
Floppy, question number 1.
I don't know what to say to that. When did this come out?
2008.
Okay.
Brayden, question number 2.
What? I could have spat on my back saying it was from the 90s. Jesus. Okay.
You really think we had that kind of music coming out in the 90s?
Oh man, those absolute bops.
I guess FMVs.
Yeah. Oh boy. 2008. What? Okay. What console was it on?
I think PSP,
Okay.
maybe. Question number 2, Floppy.
Is this a Ratchet and Clank game?
It is.
You see, I was getting there.
Question number 3, Brayden.
Oh man. I mean, there was only like 2 or 3. I'm just gonna guess the main one. Don't do that.
You're safe because I can't
Do I
remember the
guess
name
the
of any of the
other one
PSP
then?
ones.
Sorry, Brayden?
Do I guess the other one then? That'll be my question. Do I guess the other one other than the main one? Because am I correct in there being 2?
Was there DLC for the PSPs?
No.
I don't know.
Then there's more than
UMDs,
2.
They're permanent as hell. There is 2?
More than 2. Unless it
there's more
wasn't
than
on the PSP, in which case I'm wrong.
Just to throw a spanner in the works.
We'll get there eventually. Okay.
Like, there's questions you can ask about the names of those games that might help you out.
Where on the cover art do Ratchet and Clank appear?
If we're looking at the cover art,
Looking at the cover art.
they are on the left-hand side. Well, in the middle, but facing the left.
Yeah.
Floppy, question number 3.
Does it have both Ratchet and Clank?
Ratchet is predominant, Clank is there.
Okay.
That
number
sounds
4.
like Ratchet and Clank to me. Oh boy, okay. God, it's so tense because I should know these. How many words are in the title? So 3 being Ratchet and Clank.
See, now I can't remember the full title.
Don't you
I
have
think
it?
6. No, because I put it in code in case you catch a glimpse of it.
That's why I wear the glasses.
I think there's 6.
Dylan has it. Damn it. Of course he does.
Okay, Floppy, question number 4.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to say because I don't know any of the PSP games.
The biggest hint is...
Did it also appear on another platform?
I don't know. Probably not. No idea.
Okay. Braden?
Question number 5.
Oh, boy, okay. What color is predominant on the cover?
Sort of a dark green-ish. Mainly green. Question number 5, Floppy.
Does it have a pun in the title?
It does. Of course it does, Rich and Clank.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, free guess, Braden.
How many words did you say were in it?
I think 6. I'm not sure on that.
Sorry, 6.
Because my guess was going to be Ratchet and Clank Size Matters.
No.
Which is, wrong.
Mine was going to be Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction.
No.
Which is the one I could think of that had
was it,
6.
Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty.
Oh, Quest for Booty was on the PS3, my friend.
That's what I said. PS3. PS3, not PSP. You must have misheard me. I said PS3.
PS3 Quest for Booty was basically DLC for Tools of Destruction.
That's what I said. PS3.
Yeah, it was a digital only.
You know what? This is the last time I do something nice for you, Braden. That's it.
I tried.
We're going back to 16-bit chiptunes.
I tried.
Screw everyone.
I tried my best. I did the best with the information I was given.
So, at the end of that round of Braydan versus the world is on 16, Braydan's on 16, and
Ben is on 2.
Because he doesn't know what he's talking
I
about.
like that you got called a helmet in the chat. That was PS3, you helmet.
PS3, you helmet.
I'm sorry, I was too busy playing good games. We've been Hack the Dino.
Oh my God.
We have been Hack the Dino. This has been our Critical Path, where we talk to you about all the video games past, present, and future, and all the news that surrounds them. Floppy, what do you do when you're not talking about games and doing the work that you can't talk about?
Oh,
You're
sleeping.
Batman. Anything else?
Yeah, look, I do have an Instagram. I've been a bit lazy on it lately at Floppy Plays Games on Floppy Plays Games on Instagram. Freudian slip. On Instagram, I haven't put anything up there for a little while, but I have had a recent influx of pickups, so I'm gonna throw a whole bunch of stuff up there soon.
Cool. Braydan.
Yes, you can head on over. I'm pulling it up on the screen right now. You can head on over to Millennial Movie Talk, which is a podcast I do with my friends, where we talk about movies, funnily enough. You can go to Millennial Movie Talk. You can find all this amazing stuff. Like they went to the preview screening of the new Conjuring movie, so we've got a review for that.
Scary.
Alex and Chris have been doing some deep dives into particular films, such as Kick-Ass and Art of Self-Defense and Labyrinth.
I still maintain the first Kick-Ass is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh no, Kick-Ass 1 is great.
Kick-Ass 2.
Been doing a bunch of tier lists at the moment as well. So we ranked Disney Pixar, and we just ranked the DreamWorks films. And yeah, there's don't listen to episode 107. Honestly, so that was when I was sick, and it is the biggest train wreck of an episode we've ever done. So if you want to listen to a shit episode of MMT,
Sick You's pretty funny.
Episode 107, but I'm not there. I'm that sick.
Oh, not
and
funny.
It's just a train wreck. It's going down in history as one of our worst episodes, which is why it's performing the best. But yeah, go check it out. And then we should have a review for In the Heights, because preview screening for that is on Sunday.
Ooh.
I unfortunately cannot go to it.
Dang.
But the rest of the gang will be there, and they'll be giving their thoughts. Review should be out Monday, Tuesday.
Does the rest of your gang enjoy musicals and Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yes, they very much do.
Good.
I very quickly got them onto Hamilton.
Very good.
When I first met them.
Very good person. Very well done.
But yeah, go check it out. Millennium Movie Talk. It's on your podcast services and your YouTubes and stuffs.
And I do other things, but probably not relevant to here because I'm mostly producing this show. So head on over to hackthedino.com and subscribe and like some videos. If you don't like that, go to youtube.com/hackthedino or watch us live on twitch.tv/hackthedino. We've been streaming a little bit. I went on a quest the other day to get the golden skin from Lara Croft. It was really easy. I did it like in a minute because I knew how to get it. Anyway, you just ran down and stole the thing.
Riveting TV.
It was. Yeah, there's a photo I just put up on my Instagram at Mr. Benjamin. I was setting up for a toy fair that I'm doing with King Kaiju Collectibles this weekend as we record this, which is why I'm so delirious. I've had a busy week. But I did manage to pick up some of the figures that I was missing from my Metal Gear collection. So I ended up getting Psycho Mantis, I got Solidus Snake, I got Liquid Snake, and I got Revolver Ocelot. He's pretty good. So I was very happy with that. It cost me a fair bit, but then I looked at the prices on ye olde eBay, and it didn't cost me as much as it would there.
I heard what you paid, and I think they were very reasonable, bordering on bargain.
Yeah, they're great figures. I know that stall, when I went past that, well, when I was buying these, they also had a Sniper Wolf and Liquid Ocelot, so if I manage to sell some stuff tomorrow, I reckon I might go get them as well and just sort of complete the whole happy family.
Liquid Ocelot's when he's got the whole arm.
Whole arm and in army fatigues because it's from Metal Gear Solid 4.
That's right.
They had a bunch of little minifigs as well, and I stayed away from them. But
Minifigs?
Yeah,
Not
that's
those,
cool.
the weird little, look like larger Lego men?
No, like actual mini figurines that I think they came out of Gachapons or something. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So head on over to Mr. Benjamin on Instagram if you want to see all the stuff that I pick up. Or come and yell at me on Twitter like many of other people do. I usually just yell at people about how ghosts are coward and how no ghosts are taking up my offer to fight me. That's right. Ghosts, if you're out there, I'm willing to fight you. Just come to my house and I'll throw down with your ghostly selves.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't like ghosts, so I'm going to fight them.
This is a known fact.
I can beat up any ghost. Name a ghost, I can beat it up. Go on.
Space Ghost.
Oh, shit.
Casper.
No, he's a kid. Of course. Ram his head through a wall.
Dude's dead,
Wimp.
bro.
I could randomly
Yeah,
get
so
through
it's
it.
not going to matter,
He's
is
a ghost. Of course his head will go through
So
the wall.
lovable.
Yeah.
He's in that.
He's
bad
not lovable. He's
90s
Richie
movie.
Rich. Someone offed him.
I haven't watched that movie since I was a kid. Is it any good?
Well, Devon Sawa's overrated.
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, Bill Pullman's in it.
Christina Ricci's in it.
Also, Dan Aykroyd as a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, does a cameo.
Who are you going to call? Not us.
Anyway, ghosts, come at me, you cowards.